7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. Wait for it. Thick and slick. Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, episode number 211. I am your host, Travis. Thank you for joining us this week. We are back, couple weeks off. It was nice, did some stuff. Joining me in the studio here, it is my normal co-host, Justin. Hi, buddy.
What's up, man?
Great shirt you got on there.
I know. Great shirt you have on there.
I mean, dude, it was sitting out here from the last show, so I only wear it for the show. It's just my show shirt now, so. All right. This is episode 211. We haven't done a show in a couple weeks, like I said. We've got Loretta's talk. We got a lot of Loretta's talk to talk about here. We have Unadilla talk to talk about.
I got a rant.
You have a rant. We have a Holster Co rant. I have a Holster Co rant. Apparently, Justin has a Holster Co rant too. So this will be fun. I can't wait to talk about this. We've got Privateer hero Kevin Moranz coming on to talk about yesterday and what the fuck happened, why he didn't qualify. I'm pulling the sponsorship money for this month because we did not qualify for the race. So,
dude, I was wondering, like, I was watching after the first or when the first moto and they were going through, and I didn't see Kev's name. I was like, well, he was in after first qualifying session, and then I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, no. When I looked to do fantasy picks yesterday, yeah, he was like 38th overall. In qualifying, right behind Walker, ironically. And then, and then when I was, like, today, it was literally today when I was watching the motos, I was like, oh, wait, where's Kev? Oh.
By the way, you sucked in fantasy.
I don't want to talk about it. It wasn't good. I basically picked my team Thursday, and then I made some adjustments yesterday, but yesterday was pretty hectic, so there wasn't a lot of time to do that. So that's why I was like, let me know if anything crazy happens in qualifying, like somebody crashes their fucking brains out, which would have been nice to know because Christian Craig was my all-star. So thanks. Really appreciate that help. You could have told me that Craig wadded his fucking shit in practice.
Look, man, he came out for the second practice. No big
deal. He was fine. Hey. He wadded the fuck out of himself. I know you're at a race doing 2 classes today, so you're a little busy to fucking pay attention to this, and you ask. But hey, I needed to gain some points on you. All right.
Look, I'm just gonna tell you, it wouldn't have mattered have you gotten full points or not. Your day was terrible. So
I know.
You would have got 300. You still would have got smoked.
I know. It was bad. What did you get?
483.
Fucking god damn it.
Cole's ahead of you now.
Everything I worked to gain is now gone.
Yeah, you're not making that back up. You're quite a ways back now.
Am I really? I was
dude,
like 200 ahead of you. That should be fine.
You weren't 200. You weren't even 100, and then you lost 200 some odd points yesterday.
Fuck me. I know. It was a bad day yesterday. I was like, when I looked, dude, at mid-first moto, because Flow Racing was doing the, they were streaming like the first half of the 250 moto or something on their YouTube, so I was watching that. Yeah. I was pretty pumped because I was like, oh, sweet. So I was watching that, and then I look at my fantasy, and I'm like 66 points. I'm like, this is going well. I think that was right after Jet hit the deck the second time in that first moto, and I was like, yeah, this is going great. Good day for me. Good day. I'm just going to go ride. Fuck this. I'm out. I'm going to go ride. All right, before we get started here on talking about stuff, let's thank our sponsors. So first off, Energy Fuel, the best fucking drink out there. Keep yourself fueled, energized, and strong from start to finish. Pick yours up today at CoachRobStore.com. I just want to take a second here to dive a little bit into the Energy Fuel Complete Racing Solutions sponsorship we have here. For anyone wondering if that stuff is good, it works, whatever, I would just like to put a personal testimony as to all of it, like Coach Rob's training, all of that. I don't follow Coach Rob's training to a T. I'll be the first to admit that. He doesn't. I bounce ideas off of him, and I take in what he says, and I use what I can out of it, but I also have training methods that I've discovered over myself and how my own body works, and we're all different, so whatever. But what he has taught me and what he has put into place with me and all of this stuff like that. So I went yesterday and I rode 2 classes, and I'll be totally transparent. I ride old fat guy, slow guy, vet sport, which is the lowest level of vet class you can ride. And yesterday I also rode D class because, dude, how sweet is this video going to be? From D class to Supercross in 2 months.
God, I hope you don't die.
Tell me that that's not going to be a sweet fucking video.
Jesus.
Tell me it's not going to be.
I mean, it's going to be good.
It's going to be fucking
be good.
sweet
I
from
mean, you're
D
gonna get-
class to Supercross
You're going to get
in
burned.
2 months.
You're going to get burned in the comments, but it's fine.
I don't give a fuck. Anyway,
You're like, yeah, I rode Supercross.
look,
track.
the vet class is my normal class. That's what I ride all the time, and I wanted to ride 2 classes, and D class was pretty much my only option. Otherwise, they bumped me out of the vet class, so I rode D class. I rode both classes, 4 motos, single practice. Did not ride clean bike practice, mostly because we were the last practice before clean bike, so I had to just ride, and I didn't want to do that. Anyway, I got done yesterday, and I felt fine. I came home, and I did my foam rolling, just like coaches taught me, and today I feel fine. Like, my legs don't hurt. I'm not tired. I'm not laying on the floor dying. I didn't do that yesterday. I had energy for the second motos, whole 9 yards. What he teaches works. The energy fuel helps. I used that yesterday. I didn't drink a whole energy fuel in between motos and stuff, but I drank some. So that whole situation there from Complete Racing Solutions is legitimate. It does work for a normal person like myself. Coach has me on the Garmin watches. I have the Garmin scale. I have my Garmin dashboard. Helps me keep track of things. And honestly, it helped this week. I was missing some hours of sleep due to work. I got on my Garmin dashboard. I saw what my body battery was, all this stuff. Again, all stuff that Coach Rob has taught me how to read and understand and everything. And so I backed my workouts down this week. I backed my riding down this week. I did all of this stuff to be ready for yesterday to race. Local race, I know, but you still have to go do it. So anyway, so if anyone's questioning whether they should do that or not, it definitely will help. You can do one of Coach's camps. That will give you a good insight and kind of a overhead view of it, and he dives deep into whatever you want to talk about and dive deep into. You can actually sign up for his monthly stuff where you do it. It all will work. It works together, and you can add it to what you're already doing and kind of cohesively make a great thing that works, which is what I've done, because I still like to lift a lot of weights. I like to lift heavy things up and put them down.
Yeah, and look, a lot of people would go... I don't think our viewers would do this because they've been with us for quite a long time and they understand, you know, the people that we associate with, the things that we do. But a lot of people that would hear that from somebody of what you just said, oh, I'm in the D class or I'm in vet sport, they would go, why are you on a training program, especially if you're not trying to do Loretta's? But the thing is, there's other reasons to train outside of just trying to be faster on the bike. Like you said, you don't want to be dead ass tired. You still have a normal job, and if you're not going out there and training where your body can recover, or you can make it through those without making, you know, being mentally drained or, you know, putting more stress on one side of your body, like, it's going to make your normal activities very, very hard. So there's other reasons to train outside of just, oh, I'm trying to be fast on a dirt bike. Like,
Yeah.
look, for you, being on a fast on a dirt bike it's fun, but it's not your job. Like, you don't race motocross for a living. You do it as a hobby and you love it.
And it's nice to be able to go do my hobby yesterday. I did more than I normally would. I have not raced 2 races or 2 classes on the same day in 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And the last time I did it, I remember I was dead afterwards. I was like, this was a dumb choice.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was not.
Yeah.
I attribute that to training because I'm older. And trust me, it hits me harder now than what it used to.
Yep.
But here I am. I'm sitting here today. I feel fine. Like I said, doing the foam rolling last night. I can walk today. If I wouldn't have done that, I probably today would be hobbling around going, oh my God, my fucking legs are whatever. You know, because like I didn't go ride a normal local track either. Like I went and rode Redbud.
Yeah, and your testimony, in my opinion, just from the different people that I've been around as far as like trainers, but ones that because we all like to do the trainer thing, but like people that are actually like legit like physical conditioning trainers. Your testimony, in my opinion, is more important than a professional because it's like they're getting paid to train. Like they train at that level every day. Whereas for you, you still train, but you're a normal person that has a normal job. So it's actually, in my opinion, I think it's more beneficial for people to hear a person in your position's testimony as far as like if fucking whoever, Chase Sexton or Nate Thrasher, were like, yeah, I do, and that works for me. Well, it should. Like, that's what you do for a living.
You're paid to do this.
Yeah. So, like, in my opinion, I think a normal person's testimony is more. It's more important to hear for people because that's the thing is most of the people that are going to hear that are just normal people that ride dirt bikes for fun.
Yep.
They don't do it for a living. So, like, they don't give a fuck what a professional. Cool, that works for you.
Well,
I'm not you.
Yeah, and this is what I encourage people to do is to go out and use Coach Rob for this kind of stuff. Whether, like I said, whether you go take one of his riding classes for a weekend or something like that, and you don't have to pay the monthly thing. If you do, cool. And like I said, do I follow it to a T? No, I do not. I use bits and pieces here and there that I have learned, plus what I know about my own body, plus everything else, and it definitely helps. It definitely made a difference yesterday. It's making a difference today. I mean, a prime example is like, okay, let's say we're not even doing moto. You get a guy who loves bowling. He goes out and he bowls 6 games one night. What's he saying the next day at work?
Oh, God.
My arm's fucking sore. Okay? So now you take that, you multiply it by motocross, because motocross is, as we all know, one of the hardest sports on your body. And boom, if you can come out of it and feel okay the next day at mid-30s, mid-40s, whatever, then you're good.
Yeah.
So I will tell you, I have let some of my local friends in on some of the tips and tricks that Coach Rob gave us in the class. And they have used them, and they go, holy shit, this actually works.
Well, yeah.
There's a certain beverage that he told us about to drink post whatever.
Yeah. I was about to ask you about that. If you
Mike
did
at Holster Co. Oh, yeah, I do it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did? And have you seen that?
Oh, yeah. It definitely... So what it does is it essentially, instead of me being done and, like, so thirsty and just, like, guzzling water and then being so hungry because I didn't eat all day and then whatever... It suppresses all of that, and now you're gonna have to go take you out there. You're gonna have to go take his class or sign up for his thing to get this info, because I'm not gonna drop this little tidbit. But there is a thing out there that you drink.
The last thing you would think.
Yeah,
let's just put it that
you
way.
drink this after you're done riding for the day, and it does help. And Mike from Holster Co, I told him about it. He's been doing it. He's like, dude, it's amazing. He's like, I get done, I drink that. He's like, and then I'm ready to eat. And he's like, and then I'm like hungry, so I'm like eating. But he's like, but it's not like before where I'd do it and then I'd be like, oh God, I don't feel good, and yak or something like that. He's like, it allows me to get it in. I'm like, yeah.
I would love to talk to Coach about that, like actually deep dive, because it's the sucralose. So like, I would love to see why that is such a big thing, why that helps so much. I mean, we all know that there's a lot of things out there that have sucralose in it and stuff, but that's like the biggest thing, and I would like to know why, because I'm starting to see that a lot of companies, like stuff that has creatine in it, energy drink or pre-workout, they're starting to use sucralose in it, and it makes me wonder if that's like a coincidence or if it's because they're like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I would like to actually ask Coach like that and get a more in-depth answer as to why that works, because, like I said, when we found that out, I was like, you got to be shitting me.
And it works, dude. Way. I use it a lot. Hot days, regular days, like all the time.
Yep.
And it does. So, anyway, so there is my little plug for Energy Fuel and Complete Racing Solutions. So, moving on. Also on board with us here, sponsor-wise, Premier Custom Trailers. If you need a trailer, commercial or residential, Premier Custom Trailers has what you need. They work with the best manufacturers in the industry, specialize in all your trailer needs, sales, service, parts, or rentals. They do it all. PremierCustomTrailers.com. Located 5 minutes south of Kalamazoo on US 131 in Schoolcraft, Michigan. They put the custom in customer service. I used my Premier Custom Trailers ATC 14-foot V-nose trailer yesterday to go to the races, and it was fantastic. It was my changing room. I was actually I took the cot. I was going to take a nap, racing 2 classes, then didn't have time, but I was going to. That'll be next weekend. So you're going to have to keep quiet while we're there, because I'm going to take a nap.
Look, dude, I'll be watching races, so it's fine.
And our final presenting sponsor on board with us, TLR Coatings. For all your custom powder coat needs, check them out at TLR Coatings on all the major social media networks or on TLRcoatings.com. There we are. Okay. Also on board with us for this show, Alias Sport for all our CBD needs. I didn't even have to use any of that.
It's good.
Any of my pain balm from them, but hey, you can pick yours up. aliassport.com. Dirt Bike Depot for all your slightly used / new gear, boot, and parts needs. Thanks to JT Cycle. They will be bringing us the 250 class wrap up this week. I was over there a couple weeks ago picking up some stuff. Only took me 3 tries, but JT Cycle pulled through and got me the right oil filter for my bike.
Wow.
Ziegler couldn't do it. Motosport didn't do it. But JT Cycle got him for me.
Ziegler, you suck. Sorry.
Oh, did that slip out of your mouth?
I mean,
Adept Creative Co on board for all our graphics needs. And I gotta talk to you. We got a project. Keep an eye on this YouTube channel. We have a project coming up. Adept Creative Co is working on the graphics for it right now. It's gonna be sick, and it's gonna be for sale.
Nice.
Yes, fucking pumped on that. Gutterworks, Josh and Kayla just had their 4th kid.
I'm not even gonna venture. I don't even want to try to.
Zeke or something like that. I think it's Zeke.
I know that they had the kid, but
congratulations to them, dude. I thought she was gonna pop 2 weeks ago when we were at what's it called, and then Anyway, so congratulations to them. Isaac Nelson Designs. They design all our logo stuff for us, including new Dylan Danger Zone shirt. The champ is back. Make sure to pick yours up today. Link in the description here, or if you're on Instagram, there's a link in the bio to pick it up. We have ours. We will be showing them off at Iron Man when we are there. So make sure to grab yours. And also thanks to Clutch Media for doing some of our video stuff for us. Hopefully, I still haven't texted him. I need to. I really suck at this. See if his foot's better. Also, in the description down below, there are discount codes for most of the companies down there, as well as links to all of them. There are also merch links, Amazon links, Patreon links. Thanks to our one Patreon, Kurtis Hodges. Thank you, sir. And big thing you can do, like, subscribe, comment down below. To help us out here.
And apparently, if you're a fan of Hayden Deegan, tell us that we're dumbasses.
Oh, we're going to get into this. Yes.
I can't believe that video got 10K.
That was impressive.
Like, for real, honestly, when I saw that you did, like, just a short, however long we talked about it, 6 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, it's Hayden Deegan, Evan Ferry or whatever. Like, it'll get some likes. And then when you, like, texted me while I was at work and you were telling me, like, oh, shit, I was like, no way.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I started I saw it creeping up to 8K, I was like, wow.
So here's a fun fact for you, because I know you don't get into the analytics side of things, okay? So that video blew up, so that's cool. Made us some money.
Quick,
that's
too.
Cool.
It blew up quick.
Like 3 days.
It's
like we posted that at the perfect time.
It's also like 89 comments, too, or something.
Yeah. So it's really good.
More thumbs up, though, than I thought. I thought there'd be a whole lot of thumbs down, a lot of thumbs up. So maybe some people like it.
So the new fun thing on YouTube are these YouTube Shorts, which are essentially the same as like Instagram Reels or like TikToks or whatever.
I've seen you've been posting
they're short ones. Yeah, so I've been so I figured out that if I put one up, it usually will get somewhere between like 1,000 to 3,000 views.
Yeah.
And they're monetizable by us too. So I'm like, all right, this is
cool.
sweet, because I have all of these videos from when we're at Supercrosses and motocrosses and whatever. So I'm like, cool, you know what? I'm just going to post one every single day in August and see what happens here, right? Dude, it's fucking incredible.
Don't we have one up there that you posted like early in the year that almost has like 5K or something?
Dude, the one
that was from Supercross, right?
Yeah, the one I posted yesterday has 14,000.
Which one? What was one yesterday?
I think it was Kev doing something on Supercross.
At Daytona?
No.
Oh.
That one's got like 5.
Yeah.
That one got a lot too. No, Kev's, I can't remember what he's doing. Dude, I posted one of, who was it? Sewell?
Yeah.
At Bucks, going through the sand rollers. Mm-hmm. Fucking that thing got like 10K in a day.
Dude, even the one of fucking like Pierce Brown hitting the wall at, what was it? Was it Indy or Detroit?
Yeah.
Like that even had like 4,500 or some shit.
Yeah, like I said,
I
noticed that they get a lot, and I'm like, well, this is simple because I can take a lot of videos of a dude doing a section.
But like, let's be honest though, like you look and see how many views TikTok gets.
Yeah.
You go, it's essentially the same freaking thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really shocking if you think about it that way.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean,
well, and YouTube's pushing it because it's their new thing, and they want to battle with TikTok over that space.
And some of those shorts, dude, like get a lot. Like for like high upper people, they get big fucking views.
If you got a chick with big boobs, get a lot of views.
Or anything Mr. Beast puts out there.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, no, those are doing really well for us, and they're definitely helping. Like,
do they monetize the same way as the videos would?
I'm not sure exactly how. I know they're monetizable. I monetize all of them since I realized they're monetizable, but I'm not really sure.
I have a feeling that if that starts to gain, because I know they've been doing it for a while now, not that long, but for a while. I have a feeling if it starts getting to the point that they start competing with like TikTok in that sense in every like way, it's going to get to the point that they'll be like, oh,
here's the weird thing though. I post one of like Jet, right? And I'm like, Jet Lawrence blitzing whoops or something.
Yeah, from St. Louis, I think.
Gets like 80 views.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah, but then there was
it's
the one
Jet Lawrence.
But then there was one of Phil that you posted that
gets like 5,000.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't understand how this works.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know.
It's an algorithm thing.
Yeah, but needless to say, it's working for us because 5 out of 7 days we're hitting on 2,000 to 3,000 views. I mean, so a normal month for us view wise, and I don't even do months. They do it in 28-day stints. Okay, normally we would get 7,000 to 8,000. That's what we've been averaging. Okay, with just doing the shows and the few bike builds and stuff. I looked this morning, 78,000 views in the last 28 days, and I'm like, okay, and we're there.
I mean, it's a fucking great way for people like us.
We also are up to 1,800 subscribers.
Dude.
Like, we gained 100 subscribers in the last 2 days.
That's cool.
That's big for us.
I wonder how many of them are from the Deegan fans.
I don't know. Actually, no, because the Deegan video topped out and was done, like, by Tuesday at Loretta's, so.
Yeah.
No, it's all come from the shorts that we've posted in the last couple days, and I'm
good.
like, all right, cool. So, all right, let's get this party on the road here. Where do you want to start? Do you want to talk pros, or do you want to talk Loretta's first?
All right, well, I figure when we do our rants in the middle, we could also talk about Loretta's during that time as well.
Yeah.
So let's just do how we normally do 450s, then we do our middle shit, and then we do 250s, and then we can talk to Kev. 'Cause, I mean, that's what we've been doing.
Okay.
If you want to do it that way, I don't really care.
Yeah, I didn't get the iPad with the thing, with the results. So talk for 2 minutes.
What am I going to talk about?
I don't care. Start talking about something.
What do you want me to talk about? God, Travis.
Talk about how you think Fro did on the broadcast yesterday.
Oh, all right. So I'm a big Jeff Emig fan, for anybody that doesn't know, and I don't know why any of you would know this. But I've always respected Fro, especially everybody knows his story, that he wasn't the greatest when it came to doing podium speeches, press. He always had a stutter, whatever. And you could even see that it was very brought to light when he first started at Fox Sports back in the day when it was still on FS1 for Supercross, and even way back when it was Speed. I think he did great. The one thing I will say about Fro, in my opinion, is he tries to overanalyze things, and I feel that sometimes when he's talking and he's trying to make a point, if he was outside of being on TV, he would do a very good job at being able to articulate things. But I think that sometimes he is so hell-bent on making his point and trying to get people to understand the more intricate side of riding a dirt bike. He does this thing where he rushes into a comment and then he kind of trips over his words a little bit. And anybody that's ever talked on camera knows that it's hard sometimes to string together articulate comments. You know, sometimes you just fumble words. But I think Fro, anytime he's on TV now, because he's been away from it a little bit, I always think he does a good job. I really do. I know that some people always hate him. They're like, oh, Fro's a jackass and this and that. But I think he does a good job. But what I was saying, and I don't know if you heard it when you were walking in, he rushes sometimes to make comments, and he kind of trips over his words sometimes. But I don't know. I mean, I would say all of the people that we've had so far on the broadcast, because we just so fucking good at it, it's easy to make them look good. I mean, if you want to go back to Paula 1, when it was MC and it was RJ.
Weege does a really good job, yeah.
You know, and then
I'm excited for Stu.
Well, dude, I started thinking about it. I'm like, we got 3 rounds to go, and do you notice that you said AC is going to be on at some point? Mm-hmm. So, like, we have 3 rounds to go. Who's going to be at what?
I don't know.
Because, like, you start thinking about it. Oh, this is Stu. Is he going to go to Bud's?
I really hope so. I hope he's not Iron Man because, like, we're going to be at Iron Man, so I'm not going to get the full view of, like, watching him on TV. So
I wonder if they're flying him in for this. Because there's no way Stu's just going to fucking show up at a national on his own dime.
So I was talking to Mike and Roxy. Shout out Holster Co. miholsterco.com. Mm-hmm. Link in the description below.
Bang, bang.
Yes, bang, bang, boom, boom. Speaking of bangs, is that bang?
No, I don't drink bangs anymore. It's Alani New. I haven't drank
anyway,
bangs.
I was talking to Mike and Roxy about this yesterday, and I was like, look, I really just wish, like, RC would just get on there, and I know he's way too professional, but just say what he actually thinks of these guys. What is Eli Tomac going to do if Ricky Carmichael is on the broadcast and goes, yeah, Eli Tomac fucking sucks? What are you going to say?
You know who they should have on?
He's the greatest of all time.
You know who they should have on?
He's the GOAT.
Bob fucking Hanna.
Oh, my God. Did you watch that video I sent you?
Is it the video talking about where he's talking about money?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'd already watched. I had watched that video. I didn't.
Bob Hanna is my new favorite fucking person ever.
See, because all right. So
First off, he's doing that interview with a Trump shirt on. I'm not sure if you saw that.
I did.
Trump, and I'm just like, okay,
dude,
that's fucking fantastic.
Bob Hanna's always been like that. He's a straight shooter. Like he is. Like,
Oh,
actually,
my
they would
God.
never have him in the booth because he would just decimate.
He's
everyone.
like these guys today are fucking cocksuckers because they fucking think that they are better than fucking like Roger. Like, yeah, right. Get fucking bent. You on a 70-something bull taco are not beating Roger DeCoster on a 70-something bull taco
Here's the
for
thing.
45 minutes.
Here's the
Fuck
thing.
off.
He's not wrong.
No,
He's not wrong.
He's not.
Like they were men back in the day. I hate to break it to anybody of this new generation, but comparative the dudes that grew up racing in the 70s and 80s.
Bob Hanna's a fucking man.
Oh, he's always been like that, bro.
I didn't
He's
know.
always been
I
like
didn't know
that.
he was like that.
He's an OG.
I fucking love that.
Go
guy
back and
now.
watch. Go on YouTube. Have you ever heard of the Motocross Files? Where they like
Yes.
Go watch his episode.
Yes.
Like, dude, Bob. There's a reason why people talk about they put Bob in like top 5 of all time. And a lot of it doesn't even have to do with his racing. It's just because he literally will tell you that you suck to your face, and he doesn't care.
This is what I want out of Ricky on the broadcast, though.
Ricky will never be like that.
I know he won't,
Off
but
the
goddamn
record,
it.
he's like that all the time. That's why a lot of people say that Ricky's a dickhead. Because he is a dickhead.
But what are you going to say? The guy won every fucking... I mean, this is the point I was making yesterday. The guy won every fucking outdoor championship he ever entered.
Mm-hmm.
He has 2 perfect seasons. He can say whatever the fuck he wants about any of those guys, and they don't have a comeback.
I think his biggest thing is that I think he had such a bad reputation when he started making comments within the industry, not on air after he retired. And I think that I had seen it, I had heard it. He had got a bad rap for a while that people still like, oh, like Ricky's really not a good dude. And I think that since he's been in the public eye, being in more of a ambassador in a media role, I think he's trying to get that goodwill or good favor, whatever you want to call it, back in with people. And he will never say on air or on record like what he really thinks of people. Like he'll tell you this right now, and this is what I find funny. So like when him and MC are always talking, he talks about like he gives MC all this praise or whatever, but he'll tell you off the record, he's like, fucking Jeremy McCrath. Yeah, okay, whatever.
I had him covered.
Yeah, he's like, fuck, whatever, dude. And you know what? I think the only person that he would not actually say that about is James. Because James is the only person in history, yes, Ricky decimated him other than like 1 title.
Yeah.
Should have been 2. 1 title in Supercross. But he's the only person that ever actually tested Ricky as far as like speed. Mm-hmm. And I think that even Ricky will be like, whatever, James. But he'll go, yeah, no, I mean, he was faster than I was. I still beat him for everything. Outside that 1 title in 07 in Supercross. Should have been 2, but whatever. But he goes, yeah. So I think, honestly, if you were to ask Ricky off the record, he would probably say to most people, he's like, whatever. So that's why it pisses me off when he gives this fake praise, whether it's Chase Sexton, Eli Tomac, Jet Lawrence, Hunter Lawrence, all these people. And he's like, yeah, he tries to downplay. He's like, I don't know, I was really good and stuff, but these guys nowadays, and I'm thinking in the back of mind, I'm like, dude, Ricky, you know that if you took your speed from your prime years and put it on a brand new bike, you would have all these dudes covered, and you fucking know it, but he won't say it, and it pisses me off. It really does. Like when he gets on like the Jet Lawrence thing, and this is not a rant about Jet, but he gives Jet all this praise, and it's rightful so. But I'm thinking, dude, Ricky, you don't fucking actually think Jet would actually have anything for you nowadays.
Yeah, there isn't any of these guys nowadays that I even put in the same realm with him.
You can't. You can't do it.
Everybody else, okay? You can talk Stu, you can talk Dungy, you can talk RV, you can talk any of those dudes. Modern day guys, there are certain ones. Eli Tomac, especially if he closes out this outdoor title and goes to 2 Supercross, 4 outdoors.
He would have 8 total titles. Me and Wyman were talking about this last.
So then you can put him in the conversation with those guys. But
with Stu, I never talk about the titles. I talk about speed.
Ricky is just a step farther, and you can even go with MC is right there with him with how many fucking Supercross titles he has. You can't really put MC in there 100% because of the outdoor thing, which I know, yes, he was still good in outdoors.
And you could talk about Everett's outdoors as far, but yeah, so like I definitely agree with you and stuff, and that would actually be a good topic to talk about, like do a show around.
I have a list of things going already for like off-season topics.
Yeah,
so.
no, I'm always excited to talk about that stuff because for me, seeing that I've been through 3 different generations of guys, and I've been lucky enough outside of the 80s with RJ and David Bailey and Bob Hand and all them. I've been lucky enough to see the greatest guys of all time. And, it's a topic that I'm very passionate about because people nowadays are so quick to be like, yeah, like, no, like Ricky won all those titles, but he would never beat these dudes nowadays. And I'm like, you never watched Ricky. Like, he just didn't let people beat him. He hated losing more than he liked winning.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I'm just curious, like, who's going to be what? Because we only have 3 rounds left. So, Stu, AC, like, and Bradshaw's still supposed to go on.
Yeah.
So, who are we going to do?
I don't know. We'll see.
I didn't know Fro was going to be out this weekend.
I know either. But, that's what happens when you don't give us a fucking announcement.
Yeah, I know.
It's fucking sweet.
All right, let's get into this.
Okay, cool. So let's start off with our 450 class review brought to you by our friends at Gutterworks. Check them out at gutterworksgutters.com. Again, Josh and Kayla just had a kid. So go over, congratulate them if you want to. We will congratulate them. I can't wait to see the kid at the track. He's a little cutie, so it's awesome. Anyway, all right. Do you want to take back some of your words?
No. Nope. Don't. I don't.
I'm going to say this with as much love as I possibly can. You really are fucking stupid, aren't you?
No. Why? Eli doesn't like Unadilla. It's
Look
the
at
same.
the fuck he's. Okay, continue.
It's the same thing. You want me to put you in check right now? Southwick for Chase Sexton. When I came on here on the show and I told you about how Eli, when he had caught and passed everybody and he dropped Chase, what was the comment that you and everybody else made? Chase is not a sand guy. He doesn't like Southwick. Same thing you made about with Washougal. He just doesn't like Washougal.
Okay, all right. Well,
Eli doesn't like Unadilla.
Okay, well.
Cool. You know what? He's beat him 3 motos in a row, and that's good. And this is the first time he's beat him 1-1 since... This is the first time he's beat Eli both motos since the first round, right? He hasn't beat him 2 motos in a row. Okay. And look, Chase was on it yesterday. Chase was sketchy in some spots.
That first moto was impressive, and you cannot tell me it wasn't.
Chase
He was like, what,
Chase
10 plus down?
I think the second moto beat him by more.
No. I'm saying he was 10 plus down to catch him.
Yeah.
And that first 10 minutes of that first moto, I did not think he was doing anything.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. I was like,
here we go, 5th place moto, and here goes Eli running away.
Yep, but it's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. Him beating Eli at Unadilla is the same thing with Eli beating Chase at Southwick. It's not. It's a big deal for Chase. It's a big momentum shift for Chase mentally. But as far as Eli's going, and he even made the comment on the podium, and this is actually the first time that I've watched almost all the because I just don't get into the podium interviews, because we all know that they're just bullshit. Like a lot of guys, they're not in the right headspace to say things.
So I agree with that, but I do watch it for things like body language and stuff.
Yes, and that's why I watched it, because I was, especially the second moto with Jet, and we'll get into the 250s, but I wanted to see how Eli was.
Yes.
And Eli basically was like, yeah, I don't have it for him. I'm not.
The second moto, he was definitely, his body language on the podium, Eli's, was definitely more positive. But the first moto, it was not. The first moto, I watched the end of that first moto one. It was before Ashley left this morning. And I looked at her and I went, he just got defeated there. It was very reminiscent to me of Dungey 2015 at Glen Helen when Eli beat him by 1.5 minutes. And he was just like, I don't have anything for him.
But then I think that when he came back the second moto, Chase got around him, he latched onto him, and even Fro made a comment about this. He's literally taking Chase's lines, which I've said this before. Chase cannot take Eli's lines and ride the way Eli does, in the same way Eli can't take Chase's lines and make those lines work for him because they have 2 different techniques. And Eli was just like, you know what, he was latched onto him, and then they got into lappers, and Chase started going away, and then Eli was just like, well, I'm just not going to beat him today. But the thing is that Eli hadn't won a moto at Unadilla since 2018. And then before that, I don't think he had ever won a moto on a 450. So if you want to make the comments, you can't have it both ways. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about anybody in general. You can't have it both ways and say the same thing for Chase, but then when it happens to Eli...
You're true. You're right. You are right on that.
And also, Eli has 3 outdoor titles, and we talk about this with Jet being in the moment and realizing that, hey, if I'm just not on it, Eli goes... Cool. I'm going to get second both of these motos. You're going to have me by 1 point. We have 3 rounds to go. You're really good at the last round. These next 2 rounds are kind of a toss-up. It is what it is.
Yep.
Although I would say Budds Creek is a toss-up. Ironman, I would probably favor Eli, especially what he did that second moto last year. And then we go to Paula, and we know what that is.
Yep.
But Eli, he's won 3 of these. He's got 2 Supercross titles. Been doing this for a long time. I think that if we can give anybody the benefit of the doubt and go, you know what? He just fucking realized, I don't have it for him today. But here's the thing. Eli was probably fine with that. Is he happy? No. But as far as this championship effort goes, I don't think Eli in the slightest was like, yeah, holy shit. Like, that scared the fuck out of me. Because you rewind to Washougal the second moto, and Chase beat him.
Yeah.
But Eli was on his ass the whole entire moto. So it's not like he's gotten whomped in a track that he was really good at.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Unadilla, Eli's just not good there. Is it taking away from Chase? No. Chase rode awesome yesterday. He was fucking on it the whole entire time. But I can't sit there and go, if we're going to say the same thing about Chase at Southwick.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I just can't.
Right.
I can't say that about Eli.
Okay, all right. I'll give it to you. Good. Well, point, Justin.
I can't.
I gave you a point. Just shut up, okay? Just take the win and shut the fuck up, all right?
All right.
Don't be a goddamn woman here. Take the fucking win and then try to win by more. Like, okay, you got the win.
I got the win.
I'm
going to win by more.
You got the point.
Right,
just fucking leave it
all
at
right,
that.
So
okay?
what is your analysis then?
My analysis is... It's definitely going to be exciting going down to the end. Like you said, we've got 2 more that essentially, in my mind, are a toss-up here. Okay, yes, I agree that Eli like smoked everybody at Ironman last year, but that's pretty much a home track for fucking Sexton too, and he's good there, and he does like it. He's openly said he likes it. Budds Creek, again, I kind of toss him up in the air. My analysis, though, on the mental side of it, this isn't good for Eli because I don't care if that's not your track or whatever. You needed to split with him to make it okay yesterday.
Yeah.
Letting him go 1-1, and now he's like, and I mean, the first moto, we said it, bad start, and he came from 10 seconds down to the point, like I said, we got 10 minutes in, and I was like, oh, Chase isn't going to do shit. Like, he looks like crap, because they were showing him, too. Looks like crap, he's not riding well, whatever. And then all of a sudden, it's like 5 minutes later, he's like battling for the lead, and I'm like, what? Wait, what just happened here in 5 minutes? And then next thing, he's multiple seconds down the road. Like, he didn't just catch Eli and then just get by him. Like, he caught him, passed him, and gapped him quick. And then second moto, Eli hung with him, but then Eli, he couldn't hang with him. And I mean, it was 17 seconds at one point I remember seeing. Here's the thing,
I think mentally it's good for Chase. For Eli, I don't think he's rattled.
I hope not, but...
Because there's some tracks you're just not going to be good at.
Even him not being rattled, it's now the confidence of he's won 3 motos in a row. He spanked you yesterday, dude. Like, I don't care what you say, whether it's not your track, whatever, he spanked you. Because I'm terrible. I have short-term memory loss like Dory. Did he beat Chase by that much at Southwick? Because I don't remember. I'll be 100% honest. I don't remember, and I don't have the races recorded on my DVR anymore, so I can't go back and watch it.
I think he beat him both motos. I don't think he didn't beat both motos by 20 seconds, but I think it was probably 10 plus. Maybe between the 10 and 15 range.
Maybe.
But it wasn't.
I don't know.
It wasn't 20. I know that it wasn't 20.
I'm sure. Comment down below because I know we're going to get hit up in the comments for this
and that's
anyway.
the thing too. I don't really have the time to go back and look at that, so I'm just going off of what I think I remember. I think it was between 10 and 15, but I know it wasn't 20.
I didn't say so because my thing is like, okay, cool. If Chase was a lot closer, like let's say within 5 seconds at Southwick, that's a big difference than getting dropped by 15 to 20.
But I think we also have to play into the account that Eli has been there, done that so many times.
Yes.
That I don't think that he's at a point of his career, and we've talked about this as well with Supercross, that Eli is going to go to that next level to try to win. In his mind, he knew, hey, I don't have it.
Yep.
I'm just going to take the 2-2.
Yep.
I'm going to get out of here with decent points.
Which is a smart play.
Because him going out there and ragdolling himself into the ground. Okay,
which could have happened because there was a lot of that going on yesterday.
And it's like, oh, wow, Eli fucking this late in his career blew another championship.
Did you see the picture of Mookie with his feet over his head?
No, and we're gonna talk about.
We are. Yes, we are.
About Mookie. But that's the thing is that Eli's been there, done that. There's no point in him going out there and fucking riding the edge. And maybe he goes and pushes next level and he beats Chase, but it's giving him everything he's got, and then he ragdolls himself into the ground. And then we're looking at a 30-year-old Eli going, wow, dude, you couldn't fucking close another championship because you hit the ground? Yeah. No. Eli's not going to do that.
It was a smart play. It was a smart play, yeah. So,
and if he goes out and goes 1-1 at Budds?
Look, the winner in all of this is us because here we are now.
This is going to go down to the last round?
3 more rounds, yes, and we're 1 point different.
I'm going to tell you this, though. this is a statement I'm going to retract. It's nothing about what I feel about Chase or Eli. It's more of how I think Paula is going to go down. No matter where they're at in the points, a lot of people are just under the assumption that Chase is going to go to Paula and he's going to smack Eli around. I have a feeling, depending on how these next 4 motos go, that even though Eli in his mind knows that Chase is really damn good there, if he really wants this championship, and when I say want, like, look at my face, how I'm emphasizing, like, wanting,
want it.
He wants this
Wants it.
championship. I think Eli will not let Chase win this championship at Paula. And what I mean by that is, Eli is going to go second moto Millville and go 2 seconds faster in the middle of the moto, get around Chase, and then he's going to do whatever he can to hold him off. Because that's the thing. If Eli really wants to win, like, if he's like, you know what, this is my last hurrah outdoors.
Yeah.
I'm done. I want to win this title. I really want to win this title. To say I have 4, because now when you get 450 titles outdoors, you start getting an elite company. Because I don't know what the stat is on this, but there's very few people that have. I think there's a few that have 3, and you have to go back to the early days. But there's not many that have 4.
Yep.
Outside of fucking Ricky.
Yep.
If he wants, really wants this title.
Really wants it.
Yeah, really wants this title.
Really
like a crackhead wants crack.
Yes.
Chase is not winning this title. It does not matter how good Chase is.
Yep.
Because we've seen Chase being able to match Eli. But it goes back to my comment is that he can match him, but when Eli wants to win a moto, I think Chase, when he has to go to that next level, it's that teeter-tottering point where we see early Chase where he makes dumb mistakes. If we get down to that second moto and there's a 1-point split, whether it's Eli to the good or Chase to the good,
Yeah.
Eli's not going to let Chase win that title, and I'm fully confident in saying Eli wins the fucking title. Because if you're talking about peak, what maxed out Eli and maxed out Chase, I don't know who in this world would give Chase the nod at the peak speed of wanting to win a race.
I'll tell you what, one of them is going down.
And that's what I'm
both
afraid
gonna
of.
go for
and
it.
that's what I'm afraid of is that one of them is going to go down. But you see what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
If Eli wants to win this title,
Yeah.
he's going to win this fucking title.
It's going to be interesting here.
But am I afraid of what that might look like for the both of them afterwards? Yes. I really like. I honestly am. I'm really afraid.
Look, I'm just glad I'm not that close to either situation, so I don't have to deal with it.
I just don't want to see them ragdoll himself into the ground because then that fucks us for Motocross of Nations.
Yeah, that's true too.
I don't want to see that. But that's all I'll say is people keep thinking that, Chase is really good at Paula, which he is.
Yeah.
If Eli really wants this title, I'm sorry. I don't care how good Chase is at Paula. He's not winning the title. Eli will do what it takes to win that fucking race.
We'll see. So, all right. So Sexton 1-1, Tomac 2-2. Anderson goes 3-3.
I like Anderson's honesty. His podium speech after
What did he say? Because I don't remember.
The podium speech after the first moto, like JT was out there, he goes, you were looking a little bit better, but you're still a little bit off. You're closer than Washugal. And Jason goes, yeah, man, like, I don't have it for these guys. Like, I haven't raced outdoors in a few years, but that's not an excuse. I want to be closer, but those guys are just on it. Like, we have to work on some bike stuff, me getting in the feel of going fast outdoors, but he's like, I'm just not there. I'm just not there yet. It's refreshing to hear him, not just him, but anybody go, yeah, I just don't have it for these guys. And there's no excuses. Like, I'm just not as fast as them outdoors.
Yep.
And I think it's also kind of, we talked about this, it's the thing in his mind, he goes, yeah, I'm not as fast as you guys outdoors, but when we get to Supercross in 2023, I'm right there.
I'm in it.
You know what I'm saying, though? He's
Yeah.
probably in his mind, he goes, yeah, I'm not going to beat you guys outdoors, but Supercross, it's a different story.
All right. So Aaron Plessinger goes 7-4 for fourth. That's a strange fourth place, but okay.
That fourth was a lot better. I think it was a lot start dependent.
Yeah.
I'll be real honest with you.
Yeah. I got a good start that second moto running up front there. So.
Yep. Especially after the nightmares of last year, getting pile driven into the ground with an ass bone.
Fuck, man. All right. Then Dungy goes 6-6 for fifth. Okay.
You know the weird thing is like 10 years ago,
Alright.
a 6-6 would have just been sixth.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a fifth.
Well,
6-6, you got sixth.
welcome to 2022.
Jesus, dude.
Mandela effects in
It's
full
so
force.
weird. 9-9 gets you a seventh.
Yeah.
What?
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 And you
It
go
also
7-7 for 14.
It also shows you how inconsistent this class can be. at times,
100%.
though. Same thing with 250s.
100%.
Yeah, what'd you get? I went 15 20th. What'd you get overall? Sixth. What?
I'm sorry. What?
What?
All right. So Ken Roxon goes 5-7 for sixth.
First moto was good. Second moto.
First moto he takes off, and I'm like, ooh. And then I'm like, nah, no way.
Yeah, then the second moto, you could tell.
2 minutes in, I was like, even with him going forward, everything, I was like, nah.
Yeah,
hold on.
no, it's just
give it 5 minutes.
It's just kind of where this is with Kenny.
He's got that stomach bug, bro.
He's definitely. I'm saying this. He's not going to be on a Honda next year.
Oh, so this is interesting. We could talk about this right now while we're talking about him. He's not signed anywhere.
Did you hear the rumor? And Johnny kind of star? And I'm like, no. And then did you hear the thing
I did.
about?
I text Johnny and ask him. Like,
did you hear the thing about what happened down at the goat farm?
Yeah,
too?
they closed it.
Yeah, and then people were like, they started connecting the dots, and somebody came out and said, yeah, Kenny wasn't there. It was not Kenny.
I don't know.
There was a lot. That Ricky Renner put a thing out there though. He goes, yeah, I heard there was this young Spanish kid, and people were like, Prado. And I was like, no,
I don't know, but it's interesting.
And then people started coming back with, oh, it was Ricky testing the Triumph. But then somebody made, and Mathis like started making a comment about this, but then there was a lot of people that came out and said, no, what? So there's like a lot of, I don't know what's going on right now down in Florida, but there's a lot of like mystery as to what's happening because you've seen that the new 2023 Yamahas came out.
Yeah.
And people even made this, they were like, oh, they were testing the 2023, and then, I don't know who it was, came out and said, why would they shut down when the 20, like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of speculation because all I'll say is, and I don't have any information. I'm just as like you.
Like I said, I text Johnny, and all he would tell me is friend of a friend. So I don't know.
You have
what
to
that
be.
means.
It has to be a big deal for you to tell everybody to get the fuck out, and the only people be there be that person or what was ever going on and Bobby Regan.
Yeah,
that has to be a big thing. But I don't believe it was the Kenny thing. Because, like, even Ricky Renner made a comment. He's like, yeah, I don't really see that, and that's not what I heard. And Ricky would be, like, a guy that would know. He's Florida. Everybody knows Ricky. But I don't know. I'm really curious, because that's a big deal for you to just basically tell all of your employees to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, how big of a secret does that have to be? Do you have to tell your own employees on the team that you can't be here today?
Well, and here's the thing. The Triumph thing doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, why would you tell your employee? Why would you tell the Star employees to get out? Why would it matter if that? Oh, they're going to... No, you can just tell them.
None of the bike stuff makes any sense to me. The
No.
only thing that makes sense is some rider coming down there.
And I'm just really curious. Like, and even with the Kenny thing, if wow, we're going way off, but we can talk about it because it's Kenny. Even if you were to go with the Kenny thing, it really would be that big of a secret because of the fact we know his contract's up. If his contract wasn't up, you'd be like, oh, you don't want it getting out.
Well, and here's the thing, too. Like, guys do that all the time, like, at their facilities anyway.
Yeah.
Like, they're riding something else. So,
and I'm not saying, look, Johnny, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't buy into it that it was Kenny.
I'm not saying Johnny's wrong either. He wouldn't give me any more information than what I have. But
I'm like I said, I'm not saying he's wrong because I don't know, but I don't believe that because everybody knows Kenny's contract's up with Honda.
Yeah.
So it's not that big of a secret. I
and
mean,
everybody knows he's not signed anywhere.
And people have been linking him to the KTM thing too. So like, cool, he went and tested with Star. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like so I am really curious what the hell has been going on down there because that, make no mistake, people, that is a big deal.
Yeah.
For you to tell your employees to get the fuck out and you can't be here today. That just doesn't happen for anything.
No.
So that is, I really hope we get some clarity.
And that's not new bike shit because we've seen this before too. Like,
Nobody
look at
cares.
the KTM shit.
Nobody gives a shit, and it's Star, so
Yeah.
like they're gonna get the bikes anyway. So yeah, no, it's very interesting. It has a very interesting thing.
Now back to Kenny.
Yeah.
Not being signed. That's weird. I haven't heard the KTM link yet.
There were people that were linking that up at Daytona because he was there bullshitting with Roger and Ian. And
Mathis said something he'd heard about him like starting his own team, but nobody thinks that's a thing either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
It's weird as to what the fuck's going on there. Because you would think if it was Honda, like, we'd have an announcement already, and it would be very simple.
I will say this. If it was the Prado thing, that would be a reason to tell everybody to get out. But I don't think so. Like, it would take a lot for him to just walk away.
I don't know.
Well, he's not really happy, but him and Claudio DiCarli have a big relationship.
Yeah,
but it would be.
But did you hear Jason Thomas talking about they're throwing everything at all of those bikes over there, trying to get them to work, and no one is happy.
No.
Like these 23 KTM brand shit took a major step back.
Yeah. Now, do I believe that Prado is going to be on that team much longer? No. The reason why I say it'd be a big deal is if for him to come to America.
Yeah,
That's a big deal. But as far as like him moving away from that team, I could see it.
That'd be wild to have Prado and who's the other guy coming?
Tom
Vial.
Vial. Yeah, both guys that
come in
grew
the
up
same
racing
year.
with each other. Yeah. It would take a lot of money though for Prado to come over here. Even though he's talked about it, he's at that point.
Bobby Regan seems to have a lot of money.
Bobby Regan
to
does
throw
have a lot
around.
of money. Yeah. No, but that is an interesting thing. But yeah, back to Kenny. I mean,
Yamaha is not going to have a lot of money soon, but that's on their own doing, so they fucked themselves in the ass.
yeah, there's a lot of shit going on right now.
Okay. Anyway, speaking of Bobby Regan and Star Yamaha, Dylan comes back and goes 410 for 7th overall.
Man, he looked really good in that first moto.
Dude, he got a hole shot, and I was like, what
That
the
didn't
fuck's
happen.
happening?
I will say this. If that's where he was, because the second moto, I even expected to even be in a Dylan homer. I was like, he's not going to be able to put two motos together. And apparently
Yeah,
it's
second
not.
moto was not great.
Yeah, it wasn't. And it was just is what it is. But the first moto was promising. If he was already there speed-wise when he's like fresh for the day, that makes me believe by the time we get to the last round, dude, he's gonna be fine. It just sucks that it's way late in the year. But I mean, dude, he might even be good by Ironman and stuff. But it was shocking to me that he was keeping Anderson honest that whole entire first moto.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to just be right out of the gate speed-wise. I was like, if he can get fifth.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be a little bit better. That second moto, I was kind of like, man, that's kind of a letdown. Like,
Yeah, but then when you start
I know he was off the bike for a
And
long
not only
time.
that, but like he hasn't even raced since Detroit Supercross.
I know.
So I was happy with the first moto. The second moto, I'm like, nah, whatever.
Justin Barsha goes 10-5 for 8th.
What in the fuck is happening with Justin Barsha?
He doesn't like that bike.
Do
Nobody.
you think that's the only thing?
Nobody likes the KTM brand bikes at all,
dude.
period. KTM, Gas, Husky,
in the
no one likes them.
fuck?
I'm scared for Christian Craig for next year.
Dude, this is
I've heard major things about RJ fucking hating that Husky too. No one likes the 23s.
Well, I mean, he wanted to go to Star, so puff.
Actually, you know what? Who likes the 23s? The kid down the road, because that Bradley kid that was at Coach's camp there, he apparently got a 23 or a 22 and a half, whatever you want to call it, like Husky factory, and he rode it, and he was like, "Dude, that's the best fucking bike I've ever rode."
I mean, for some people, it works.
I was gonna say for a local rider, it works. For these pros, it does not work, and no one likes it.
I just don't.
I think that's why Barsha backed out of Destinations, because I think he rode that 250 and he's like, yeah, this thing fucking sucks.
Yeah, well, it's also probably a lot slower than he anticipated too.
You know, like I said, it's not a good time to be a KTM brand rider.
It is just crazy to think about. Like, dude, he went from being as much people talk about Barsha, you always know that he is consistent outdoors. And dude, this year has been
Dude, it's typical. What'd he do? He renewed his deal. So
but
he's
even
good
when
to
he
go.
renewed his deal, though, in years outdoors, he has never been worse than a fucking fifth place guy. He is. You can say what you want about him when it comes to contracts, but still, you go back and look at the years, and that's factual. Other than that 1 year with JGR, you can look at his results, and he's always been a top 5 guy. Yes, he has motos outside the top 5, but dude, try to think about the last time Barsha had a moto outdoors where he was 10th. It just doesn't happen. So this year, dude, it has been a really weird year for him.
Look, here's what I'm saying. If it was just one person saying that these bikes were horrible, I would be
I
like,
know the
it's that
bikes suck.
person. But when it's everybody, including the Euros, like when I found out the other day that the Euros were not pumped on this bike, I'm like, this isn't good.
Yeah,
There's
maybe that's why-
something not.
Look, maybe that's why Jeffrey crashed.
Yeah, there's something not great about that bike.
Well, then you hear and I know this is a while back, but like Jeffrey talking about on Gypsy, where he was like, "Yeah, I don't know if I really want to stay at KTM too much longer."
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
So anyway, so Savachi goes 9-8 for 9th.
Just a good day.
Okay, all right, sure. Craig 11-9. Really wish I would have known he wadded his shit in practice. That would have been so cool to know.
Yeah. You know what? Just it is what it is, man. Wasn't a good day.
Fuck you.
Wasn't a good fucking day for
Fuck
him,
you.
man.
See if I ask you for help. Next time you're gonna ask me for some fucking help on something, I'm gonna be like, yeah, man, it's fine. You think I should jump off this? Sure, no problem. With your ankles, it's no big
You
deal.
think you should jump off this bridge? Yeah, go for it. It's fine.
I'll tell you what, I'll push you. How's that sound? I'll get up there and push your fucking ass.
Sorry, I forgot to give you the parachute.
Douchebag. Goddamn. Anyway, 11-9. Glad he's okay for 10th overall. All right, now we'll start skipping around. So Amart 13-11 for 11th. Josh Gilbert was back. He
Josh
was
fucking
15-12.
Gilbert.
Did you pick him in fantasy?
I did. I also
Fuck
picked
off.
his teammate in the 250 class. We'll
Fuck
talk
off.
about him.
I don't want to talk about it. Stu was back. Malcolm Stewart, 14-16 for 15.
Look,
He
Mookie-
also had a sweet crash.
Look, Mookie, I don't know if you noticed this, but Mookie
he doesn't want to ride outdoors? Yeah, that's
Well,
a
I
thing.
mean, yeah, he's not an outdoor guy, but like I don't know if you noticed, but Mookie is definitely wearing some poundage with him.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, he's wearing some weight. He definitely looks like he looks.
He quit training here, was what you're telling me.
I will tell you this: he looks like the version of what was it, 2019? Or no, the year that he tried to do that Suzuki deal when he didn't have a ride.
Yeah.
whatever the hell that was.
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of how he looks.
So you mean he hasn't been doing the Alden diet?
No, no. Go back and watch your replay, bro. He looks from practice. He definitely looks like he's carrying some pounds.
Well, there's a picture of him with his feet above his head.
People actually thought he was going to come back and be top 10, and I was like, you guys are fucking
Honestly,
crazy.
I forgot he was racing yesterday until literally like midway through the second moto, and I was like, wait, where's Stu? And then I look, it's like 14th. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, well, oddly enough, he hasn't raced outdoors since 2014.
He doesn't want to.
Yeah, why would he?
You can sit here and tell me, you want to know why he's doing these 4 races? He probably has to do it to get paid.
He likes riding outdoors. He doesn't like racing outdoors.
He probably has to do it to get paid.
Milky is just not bred for racing nationals. That's just not who he is.
I mean, he's pretty much not bred for doing anything.
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't think he's that into racing dirt bikes.
Which is weird because he just had his best Supercross season ever.
Yeah.
I mean, he loves to fish, but he likes riding his dirt bike.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't think he likes putting in the work. And that's always been a thing with Mookie.
So Dino comes back, goes 19-13 for 16.
Ass man.
The man with 2 assholes.
Yeah, people soak it up now because this is the farewell tour, and the last time you will get to see him ride an outdoor race is at MX of Nations.
Do you think Sarah does like this? Like gets it in both of them?
No. Could you imagine getting lubricant in that hole? Oh my god, that would hurt like hell.
Shane riding the Club MX Yamaha.
Yeah, by the way, didn't know that was a thing. Like I popped on YouTube.
4th team this year.
I popped on YouTube and I saw a Verb Moto video with him riding Supercross, and I was like, the fuck did Shane sign with Muck Off Yamaha?
Yep.
When did he sign with Club? And then
Last week.
And this tells
Was
you
a big
how
deal.
And this tells you how into he is about riding these last 4 outdoor rounds. He was riding a Supercross track when he was doing the video.
Totally fine.
I was like, oh wow. I was like, Shane is definitely getting ready for
Totally fine.
Supercross.
16-18 for 17th.
Yeah, and he was hovering around 22nd for a good portion of the second moto. Jesus. Good lord.
Good job, Husky.
Dude, Shane
That is
is
KTM brand's year in a year.
that is KTM's year within the year.
Within the year. All right, let's see here. So Michigan native Marshall Welton goes 38-15 for 18th. Another Michigan native, Jace Kessler, goes 25-30 for 27th. Another Michigan native, Jeff Walker, goes 28-32 for 31. And friend of the show, Scott Meshi, goes 35-40 for 39th. And hey, look, Benny Bloss,
Oh!
39-38 for 40th.
So, found out something interesting.
Okay.
Was it yesterday?
I like interesting facts.
Well, I mean, maybe you'll find it interesting, maybe you won't. I find it interesting, but
I like interesting things.
So, you know how Rocky Mountain was trying to rejuvenate their team,
Sure.
and with I think it's Mark McKenzie, the dude, Ethan Lane's dad.
Yep.
And like, oh yeah, like Benny and Benny's dad, I think had a lot to do with it. And you know, Colt Nichols was like in the running for that team. Guess what? Team's not actually happening.
Really?
Yeah, that it's already basically folded before it got off the ground. So you know, here's the thing: that leaves Colt Nichols without a ride now. Colt doesn't have a ride. That's why he got released from his star contract. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And here's the funny thing is, this time Forrest Butler had nothing to do with it. This time.
Poor Rocky Mountain can't get with a team that's worth a
Fucking
shit.
hell, dude.
Save their goddamn life.
Holy shit, yeah. So I just feel really bad for Colt Nichols in this situation.
You and me both, brother.
Jesus, dude. Now I don't know what he's gonna do now. Like I am pretty sure he was banking on having that
Dude,
ride.
Muck Off Yamaha seems to be looking for people.
He should definitely go to Brandon Haas and be like, yo, can I have Shane's spot?
Let's
I
have
will do
race.
a lot better for you.
Let's have a race for it.
Yeah, let's have a race. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, so I really hope that is just a rumor. Because if so,
Where did you hear that?
From a friend.
Okay, thanks, Johnny. That's really fucking helpful.
I'm not going to say the person's name.
Like
Johnny.
like rhyme it. Like, Steve Mathis, Shmeev Schmathis.
Let's just say his name would be Fonathan. You don't know who he is. You don't know this guy. You've never met him. I've never mentioned him. He's a guy that I get some tidbits from every now and then because he knows.
What's he do?
He used to actually train people for a living, and he was a Loretta's champ.
So how's he know shit now?
He's been around the industry for a long time, and he has a lot of plugs. We'll put it that way. Yeah,
nice.
He's just a guy I get information from.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. So
yeah. He's a cool dude. He
okay.
Anyways, so I don't know if like I said, this is just a rumor that I was told. All I'll say is I hope it is that just a rumor because if it's not, Jesus, dude, how is that even? I don't even know how that's possible. Like,
well, let me tell you this: when a man and a woman really love each other, what happens is they get together, and 9 months later, boom,
a baby happens.
Boom.
Ah, man, I thought it came in with a stork.
Boom.
Okay. Yeah. So I really hope that that's just bullshit because if so, Colt Nichols really just got fucked.
And Justin Bogle.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to have Triumph this year.
Yeah, where's Beta?
We were supposed to have them too. I heard now that's all pushed back with both of them.
Oh my god! Wow. Our industry is booming.
It's booming.
It's booming.
All right, ready to move on to 250s here?
Oh, I thought we were going to do our rants. Thought those were going to be in the middle.
Oh, you want to do the rant?
Well,
Why don't you do your rant, and then I'll do mine when we talk about Loretta's.
Okay, so, yeah, and would it make sense because that's 250s. My rant actually has to do with a 450 rider.
Okay, cool. Hold on. So Holster Co. Reload Rant, make sure to check them out for all your things that go bang, bang, and boom, boom, and all that stuff. In fact, I hit Mike up about a cool thing I'll show you later that goes bang, bang. And then next thing I know, he's like, yep, just emailed them to see about becoming a distributor for them. I was like, sick.
Can it blow things up?
Yes.
Nice. Is it a 50 cal?
Kyle Rittenhouse uses one.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's sweet. I saw it on TikTok. It's awesome.
Why are your eyes getting really big?
Because I'm fucking pumped if I get this thing. It'll fit in a fanny pack.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So Holster Co. Reload Rant number 1.
This is actually my first rant of the year, right?
Justin's. I think this is the first one since we've had the Holster Co. thing. I don't know about other than that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Holster Co. Reload Rant. miholsterco.com.
All right, so my rant has to do with a 450 rider, and I'm not blowing anything out of the water because he actually posted this on Instagram.
Say his fucking name.
Nathan Laporte.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
All right, so Nate Laporte.
I'm out.
So Nate Laporte is a privateer in the 450 class. He has been pro since 2013. He's bounced around between 250 and 450. And if I were to venture,
he didn't make the race yesterday.
Wow, here's the thing.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here's that. Yeah, you're gonna
Get some.
You're gonna love this shit.
Start yelling.
So, I'm not gonna yell.
Get
dude.
red.
All right, so
Like the shirt.
he is. I know it's a nice shirt, right?
It's great.
So I would venture to say he's probably made 60% of the races he's ever tried for.
Okay.
And it doesn't really matter. My point, it doesn't really matter how many nationals he's made. He's a good privateer. And I think he's gotten a couple top 20s, but he's mostly 25 to 30th. Anyways, he's all the way from Wisconsin. So he drives all the way from Wisconsin to Unadilla. And anybody that lives up here in the Midwest knows
25 hours.
That's a long fucking drive. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan,
25 hours.
It's a long fucking drive. So he drives all the way to Unadilla, right? He didn't do Washougal because he is a privateer on a budget, but he was also, I think he was at Red Bud and he was at Millville, I'm pretty sure. So he drives all the way there and he even put this in his post, to basically not make any money. Goes out, first practice, I think he was sitting 31st or whatever, right? Second practice, sitting 34th. So he's in. He's in the top 36. He's in. He's literally fucking in. He apparently goes and gets told, oh no, because once again, transponder issues all day yesterday. Live timing was off, just like Millville.
Yeah.
Fucking all over the place. He gets told, no, sorry, dude, we actually had you in 38th. Like, there was mix-up. So he goes, okay, like, I'm going to the consi. But he's not a heater guy. He's not a fast lap guy. He's one of those guys, he's kind of like Kev. He gets better as the moto goes on. So he could make it in, but it would probably be he's got to get a start. Stacks up in the first turn, gets 9th. Works his way all the way back up from, like, last to 9th, right? So he's like, whatever. So he gets back to his rig or whatever he's pitted out of, and somebody started telling him, dude, I actually think you were in through qualifying. Like, I don't think you had to race that consi. And I don't know if it was his mechanic, his dad, whoever. So he goes over to the AMA truck. We all know it's MX Sports truck. And after a 35-minute long conversation with them, so keep in mind, The 450 consi gets done at like 12:10, something like that. So 35 minutes. So you would be well before your first 450 moto, but it's still shit you got to think about, whatever, bike, because you're not expecting it. And they go, oh no, sorry, dude. Because somebody goes, you had 225 lap time guys in 25th when Kev was out at 222. So 220, they had the 25th place guy at a 225 lap time. From 31st to where Kev was, and I think Kev qualified like 43rd, it was 222 lap times. They were they were off on the numbers. They were off on laps done. They were way off. They're like, oh no, sorry, you actually were 36th in qualifying. You didn't have to race the consi. You actually can go in. You made it into the motos. So that actually fucked people for the consi. So I'm really curious to find out if Kev, this was one of the reasons why, because he ended up like 6th, I think, in the consi or whatever. Or 5th or whatever. He goes up for his first moto. Guess what he gets told when he gets to the line?
You're not in.
Oh, no, sorry. We fucked up again. You're 5th. You're the first alternate. He DNS, didn't race, and only got into the second moto because somebody opted, like he was the alternate. Somebody didn't make the motos. They go back and find out, oh no, he was actually 34th the whole fucking time. They fucked up the whole day. And apparently, he was not the only one. There was a lot of people that got screwed yesterday with timing and scoring. Because live timing apparently was just down the whole fucking qualifying. They were handwriting them on there. So this actually leads to remember how I told you that I had a backup, a follow-up to this? You haven't watched the Weege show yet today, have you?
No.
Weege goes on, and it's about the 9:20 mark, maybe. And it's him standing on the face of, I don't know what jump it was. And kudos to Weege. We have had our comments about Weege on the show, but we pretty much like Weege. We know that he's in a tough spot because Davey is technically his boss. Mm-hmm. He basically goes on, and I know that what he said, he's probably going to get a lot of shit for. But he even said later on to this, he's like, look, I've been with them for a long time, Racer X, MX Sports. I'm fine with my job security. He basically goes on record at the 9:20 mark and goes, and this is not verbatim because obviously he's not going to use this language. He goes, we've been really fucking up this year. He goes, I don't think when MX Sports made this deal with Mav TV to go to like that they were thinking this is what was going to happen. But he goes, it's not acceptable. He goes, oh, then we go to Flow and we think some of this shit is going to be changed. It's still just as bad. It's not fucking good. And then he goes, how in the hell in 2022 are we still having live timing issues? He goes, this is not acceptable at all. We've been having live timing issues and scoring all year. He goes, it makes me... I can't remember the exact words he used, but he goes, I'm ashamed to even, like, that we're dealing with this. How do we have all this technology and we're still dropping the ball on this? He goes, look, I know that people are going to be like, oh, whatever, like, you're just saying whatever, you work for Davey, this and that. He goes, no. He goes, I'm fine with it, comfortable with saying this. We have dropped the ball majorly this year. He goes, this shit is not, once again, he didn't say shit, but he goes, this is not acceptable. He goes, we have been screwing up the whole entire year. And he goes, the hard part has actually already been done. The racing has been amazing. And we're missing a lot of it because people are having streaming issues. He goes, it's not acceptable. And you guys can believe me and he's talking to the viewers. He goes, you guys can believe me or not that I'm being genuine with this. Mm-hmm. But he goes, yeah, like we have been screwing up this whole entire year. This is not acceptable. Like, I apologize to people because I'm frustrated like you are. And we can't have this keep happening. So he basically puts it on his shoulders and apologizes, and he didn't need to do this because it's not his fucking fault. He basically apologized for all the bullshit that's been going on. He goes, I'm just as frustrated as you guys are. He goes, I don't know how the hell this is even happening. He goes, how in 2022 with the technology do we have are we getting to the point that we're handwriting crap down? He goes, this is stupid. And he got, like, I would say Weege is a very mild-mannered dude, and it takes a lot to get Jason fired up. And he didn't get, like, spitting or whatever, but you could genuinely tell that, like, he didn't run this by, and I don't think he does this. Like, he didn't run this by anybody. Yeah. Like, he basically, this was from the heart, and he, like I said, you got to watch it later when you get a chance. He took a lot on himself, and he didn't have to do that. And I'm going to be honest with you, he's probably going to get a reaming after this comes out, or when it comes out. It's already out, but like when Davey, because he also mentions the Deegan thing too. And I'm not going to go into that. We'll wait for that. But I want to start off by saying MX Sports, AMA, you fucking suck. That is bullshit that a kid like Nate Laporte, who is a privateer, drives all the way from fucking Wisconsin to now make shit for money, and you fuck him over. Not him. He made it in. You fucked him over.
Mm-hmm.
But then I want to give credit to Weege. He didn't have to do what he did. And I don't really ever watch the Weege show, not because I don't like Jason. I like Wygant. I really do. I think he's a genuine good dude.
Yeah.
I think he's got a lot of shit going on, so I think sometimes he comes off as kind of like a jackass.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't talk to... He tries to talk to everybody, but then you can kind of tell in his demeanor. But he wears a lot of hats when he's at the races. I don't think a lot of people realize that all the shit that dude does.
Yeah.
And I respect him for it. But I want to give him credit for taking blame for something that he didn't have to do, but he even said this, guilty by association. I want to give him credit for that, because that takes a man to get up there and take onus for some shit that had nothing to do with him. So good on him. But AMX Sports, he's right. How the fuck do you fuck up live timing? And then you screw people out of the little money that they're going to get for driving however many hours it is to race your fucking race when they know they're not going to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I know that I didn't fucking spit at all, but, like, it's bullshit, but good on Weege for doing something that he technically didn't have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking stupid, the whole live timing thing. Like, how the fuck can we not handle this? How the hell can Supercross, that gets built in 2 days, every single week, but we can have live timing there, no problem.
Yeah.
But then you get to these outdoor tracks, which are there all year. Oh, the timing loop's not working. What the fuck do you mean it's not working?
Dude, for the and this was on the practice show, they only had the top 10 dudes for both sessions on the screen. And they were wrong, because I was like looking at it like with 5 minutes to go in the 250s, and Tyson Johnson, I think, was like 10th. And I was like, wow. I was like, either something's fucked up or Tyson Johnson is having the best day of his life. I got on live timing actually on the internet. Tyson Johnson wasn't 10th. He was like fucking 25th. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, and then how fucked up does it have to be that, like, they even at the track, they were having to keep hand score? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I guess they hand scored for almost all of practice.
Do you want to know why your fucking series is failing there, fucking Davey? This is it. Shit like this.
So I feel really bad for Nate Laporte. Like, that was fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
I feel bad for the kid. I really do. But, yeah, another thing, too, I'd go read if you get a chance to, like, get, like, what he actually said. But he's got it on, I think it's on his Instagram. But, yeah, it's bullshit. That's why if you look at his thing, it says DNS and then 40. Yeah, no, sorry. Like, you actually made it in, but then you got to ride the content. Oh, no, sorry. We fucked up. You actually made the motos. Oh, no, sorry. You didn't actually make the fucking motos.
He was in the 450s?
He was in the 450s.
He's not even on the fucking finishing order here.
Yeah, well, that fucking tells you right there, too, because he rode the second moto, and then somebody, like, put it on his Instagram.
Which is weird, because usually they have that, so.
Yeah. So, real cool.
Yeah. In fact, in the 250s here, yeah, you have 44 guys. Like, because you have Mumford did 38 DNS, Hammaker went 37 DNS, Hoffman went 35 DNS.
Yeah. I don't know. But, like I said, good on Wygant. He didn't have to do that.
I hope this shit's better next year when we have Super Motocross, which, by the way, I forgot to put on the thing. It's on there now for us to talk about, so we can, but...
Oh, are we going to talk about that?
Yeah, we can.
You want to talk about that at the end of the show, or like...
No, we'll talk about it after we talk about Loretta's.
Okay. Yeah, because that
Do you want to talk about Loretta's, or you want to go 250s, or what do you want to do?
Let's talk about Loretta's before we do... What time is it?
7:10. So we got like a little over an hour till Kev comes on.
Yeah, because 250s, we got some stuff to talk about. Let's talk about the Loretta's thing.
Okay, let's talk about Loretta's here.
Oh, boy.
Do you want to start with Hymas, Ryder D, Ferry, Cole Martinez, or Deegan?
I think the Deegan thing's got to be set for last, because obviously people know what we're going to be talking about. It's not just his results. Let's talk about your boy Chance Hymas.
Rough week. That was bad.
He's apparently been dealing with an injury.
That's not what I've heard.
Still doesn't excuse.
That. Where did you hear that?
He said it.
He said it?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Why? What'd you hear?
Weimer said that it's not an injury.
He even said it was. Well, once again, this goes, who's telling the truth? Because the rider is always going to be like, try to make up, an excuse.
I know. That's why I just went, uh-oh.
And that's why he got pushed back, because he was supposed to be at Unadilla.
Yeah, no, Weimer thinks he needs time to develop, and so he thinks he's going to ride amateurs next year. But he wasn't 100% sure. So Weimer was on Stu's show, and he had just gotten back, and he had just gotten off the phone with Hymas' dad, and he's like, I'm not really sure what we're doing, but I think we're going to wait till next year. Because he said the way that Yeah. Fuck. Why did I just... The way Weimer was talking was the issues they were having was with development of the bike. Because when he signed to Honda essentially didn't have an amateur team. Yeah, so they were just kind of like sending him stuff. And like he's like, I don't want it to sound like Honda hasn't been helping, because they have. He goes, but it's not like Star where it's like, okay, cool. Go to the goat farm. Here's your mechanic.
Especially since Honda is still technically a full-fledged factory team.
He's
and
like,
Star is...
He's like, we've been kind of doing everything ourselves here and trying to develop the bike that way, and then like calling Honda and being like, hey, we need this, we need that type deal, and then they'll send it to us. But he's like, it hasn't really been like Honda hands-on. He goes, what I think we're going to do is actually do a full Supercross prep camp, and then...
Which he's already ridden Supercross, not just the fucking... All-Star shit or whatever.
Yeah, and then as he said, kind of see where we're at.
I bet.
And
he's
then
on
either
the line for
I was
the
gonna
first
say,
national.
and then either go jet route where okay, cool, he's doing well, we're throwing him in to SX, or we'll wait and we'll go nationals.
I think,
but this year has not been good for him.
I think a lot of. I like Chance Hymas. I think his story's pretty cool. I think a lot of his deficiencies have started to come to light a little bit.
We'll see.
And I'm not saying he still can't have a great career. I mean, fuck, his career hasn't even started yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this. I don't think he is going to do as well as we thought. Well,
that could be too. I don't know.
We had different expectations of what he thought.
To be honest, outside of watching him on the Supercross Futures, I haven't watched a lot of him. Like, I didn't watch...
I think his Supercross
all
skills...
the motos at Loretta's.
I think his Supercross skills... And I kind of bounced in and out from watching videos. I watched a lot of the videos I just watched because, like, it's really hard for me to fucking sit down and watch those Loretta's motos.
Yeah.
Not to say that the coverage hasn't gotten better compared to what it used to be, but it's just... Loretta's, for me, is one of those things...
You know, it's amazing. I can stream that all week long.
Racer TV. Yeah.
Wow, it's fucking weird how that works.
Weird.
MX Sports.
Yeah, no shit. And it's your fucking event. Anyways, I think Chance is going to be one of those dudes that his Supercross career is going to be better.
I would agree.
Outdoors, I'm going to be honest. I think it's going to be rough.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be rough. I think and you know what? It might even get to the point where now it might not even matter because it might not even end up racing outdoors a lot of his career.
Yeah.
But, when the best you can really muster up is like a fifth, with no offense to the A-Class, it wasn't really that deep this year.
Can we just talk about how sad the A-Class is? A retired guy that races off-road won.
And keep in mind, and this is no shot at Cole Martinez. Cole Martinez
rode great.
He's a bad dude on dirt bike.
Dude.
He's a bad dude. He had a really good pro career. But yeah, and Caden Braswell fucking stomped the floor with Chance Hymas.
Mm-hmm.
No offense to Braswell. Braswell's kind of been he's been under the radar, and he's kind of come on the radar since he signed with Gas because he's going to be their next man up type thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, if you were to say at the beginning of the year, yeah, Caden Braswell is going to beat Chance Hymas, people would go,
uh-huh.
No fucking way.
Yep.
Chance had nothing for Caden Braswell the entire
Chance had
week.
nothing all week. It was bad.
He couldn't even beat Talon Hawkins.
Uh-huh. You want to know what's funny? You haven't listened to Stu's newest one, have you?
No. I'll probably listen to it tomorrow while I'm working.
He really has some good things to say about Talon Hawkins.
Like good things or bad things?
Like good things. He really likes some of the stuff he sees there.
I mean, Talon's a talented kid, but no offense, his results haven't really been that great since he got out of the B class.
Listen to what Stu says. It's an interesting take. Like I was
Does he have some insider info, or is
no,
he just going off what he thinks?
He's going off what he sees.
I mean, the kid works hard. Like, dude, he got back from Loretta's and he was already back at Alden's, busting his ass.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Then you've got Ryder D, okay? And, he had no K
I don't
week.
think Ryder D, to be honest with you, gave two fucks.
That I don't think either.
I don't think he gave... And I always say this, when it came out that Pro Circuit... Yeah, no, we're going to sign you.
Isn't that weird? I was just about to bring this up. Isn't that weird? Leading into Loretta's, he didn't have a pro deal. And now all of a sudden, oh, yeah, he's pro.
I mean, dude, he was even wearing his fucking national number on practice day. He was wearing the 523 on practice day.
Like I said, he doesn't have a deal. And then he comes
out. And we were
out,
all like, that's fucking stupid.
And then he comes out with a video that's like, well, I don't know why anybody would say that. Like, I still have a deal for next year, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you have an amateur deal.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, he's pro. Here's the question. Okay. Let's read between the lines a little bit here. All of a sudden, oh no, he's pro. What about Jet Reynolds?
I will tell you this: if we don't see Jet, if we don't see Jet at least race one national this year.
What did he hurt last time?
It was it was either his shoulder or his collarbone, I think. Or no, was it his wrist? Might have been his wrist. Because he fucking wadded his shit on the Dragon's back the first lap on press day at Minneapolis.
How many months ago was that? Was that February? Had to be February.
February.
And
here's the funny thing, too. Jet's been riding outdoors for almost a month now.
he's been
pounding out, and when
it's been 6 months.
And he's been pounding out motos.
And you haven't been to a national
He's
yet?
also been doing motos with Joe.
Is he in Michigan?
No, when
Is
they're
he
in
hanging
California.
out? Oh.
He ain't going to Michigan. No, when Joe's in California, him and Joe have been doing motos together. Like him and Joe and like Carson Mumford, like they all ride together.
Did they cut Jet?
I don't think he got cut, but I will tell you this: if we find out Supercross next year that we just parted ways with Jet Reynolds, not going to shock me. And you know what?
Either.
And here's the thing: I'll say, wow, we all fucking called that one. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm sorry. I don't like talking down on riders. And Jet Reynolds is a fast fucking kid. Mm-hmm. He's a very talented kid. But we all talked about this as last year's an amateur.
We've talked about this for amateurs for a long time. They sign these kids literally out of the womb for $100,000 a year in an amateur contract, and then they get on big bikes and they shit the bed.
Jet Reynolds might be the first dude to ever basically have a factory ride his whole entire amateur career and race 1 year as a professional and then get booted out of the fucking sport. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. If Jet at 100% were to race a national right now.
How old is he?
Probably I think he's a year older than Ryder D. So however old Ryder D is. 18, maybe? Jet might be 18.
God, he's that old?
Yeah. Gotta remember, dude, he's on a Super Mini a long fucking time ago.
That's true.
I'll just say this. I would be willing to bet that if Jet was at 100% and he never got hurt through Supercross and he made it to outdoors, it would be a stretch for him to even crack the top 10. I'm sorry. I'm really critical of that kid.
This works into something that I think with all of these amateur kids.
That they don't deserve factory rides?
I don't think you should be allowed to get on 250F till you're 18.
I mean, dude, back in the day.
I think you should have to ride a 125 till you're 18.
Dude, back in the day, kids, like in this, and when I say back in the day, anybody that's been around as long as I have will know this reference, the Mini Warriors days. Mm-hmm. Dude, most of these kids didn't even fucking get off Super Minis until they were 16.
Yeah.
They rode Super Minis for as long as possible. They got on 125s because obviously this predates 250Fs, or when 250Fs were just coming around. They rode fucking Super Minis. There was a lot of them because they were 16 but AMA 15. Mm-hmm. They rode Super Minis at Loretta's as a 16-year-old. Mm-hmm. Big as fuck. A Super Mini at 16 years old at Loretta's, and then they would go to
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you're on that bike, you're not scared, and you'll throw that thing all sorts of ways.
And then they would go to Minios, get on a 125, and you know what a lot of them would do? They would go fucking ride schoolboy class and B class, and guess what? Most of them were in the A class by a year later. That was the route that everybody did.
Like I said, I think you should have. I think in order to maintain longevity of the sport here, I really think it should be a rule that you have to ride a 125 until you're 18. Because look at what's happening.
I mean, dude, you can even go back to the AC thing, like how quickly they tried to put him on a 250F.
You're putting these kids on 60 horsepower 250s.
Cooper Webb actually did the perfect. The way they did with Coop was perfect because he rode the 150, he rode a 125 for a little bit. And then he got on a 250F. Mm-hmm. But he was starting to develop his body. Mm-hmm. They didn't fucking, oh, yeah, you're on a Super Mini. Now you're going straight to a 250. I mean, you can even kind of talk about what they're doing with Hayden Deegan.
Yeah.
Mark Phineas, the kid, the other Orange Brigade kid, he rode a fucking 125 last year. And now he's not comparing the two. But it's dumb for a lot of these fucking kids to get off Super Minis at 13 years old. Mm-hmm. We're going to ride a 125 for a few months, and then we're just going to jump you straight on a 250F.
Yep.
I'm sorry. 14 years old, fucking kid weighs what, 100 pounds soaking wet?
Yeah, it's stupid.
He is not ready to ride a factory 250F.
My fat ass wheelied a 250F down the second straight at Redbud all day yesterday in third gear.
Yeah.
Without clutching it, just
Look,
literally ripping out of the corner.
This should be a rule to ride a 250F. You should be able to carry that rear wheel with a sprocket and a rotor on it. You should be able to carry it down and back a football field.
Bingo. There we go.
Exactly.
See how we just feel
Exactly. Wow. Because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of those kids probably wouldn't be able to do it.
Nope.
So, no, and this is a whole nother conversation we can have for something because we're very passionate about this. And I feel like a lot of people are because the amateur system, and I know that we're the millionth person to say this, is fucking broken. It's been broken for a long time. I think the last time I could honestly say the amateur system wasn't broken, you got to go all the way back to the Austin Stroop, Nico Izzy, Trey Kennard days.
We might be swinging in the right direction though, because
Hopefully.
teams are not signing these kids early now. Like
By the
this.
way, I know this you weren't really around when this was going on, but you know who Nico is. Did you watch the Nico?
I did.
Kind of let you in on how things were even back then.
I did. Yep.
See, for you, I think you're the perfect person to watch that because I grew up around Nico. I lived that era. But like for you, who wasn't really like you weren't around with that, you is the perfect person to get the perspective because you can see the bullshit that was going on even that far back in the amateur shit. And everybody's like, amateurs making 200,000? No way. And then Nico goes, yeah, dude, I don't even know how much money I was making. But it was a lot. It was a lot.
Like, I don't know. I didn't have any idea.
Yeah, but no, I was making a lot of money.
Like, I could smoke a lot of weed with it. That was it. Yeah, that was interesting.
Oh no, Nico didn't. When I heard that interview, because I'm like, I just laughed.
Shut up. Bro.
I was like, you're a douchebag.
Just
You're a
stop
fucking
it.
douchebag.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Hymas has a rough week. Hopefully, they hold him till like outdoors next year.
They need to. Ryder D
was checked out. He didn't give a shit because he knew he was going pro. Cole Martinez wins the A class.
I loved his interview after he won the title, the Pro Sport title. He's like, yeah, man, like I really hope to do more motocross races. This is fun.
This was a good time.
This is a good time. I ride in the desert now.
Yeah. Michael Lessie. Did you hear the Michael Lessie controversy?
I heard there was some controversy, but I don't know what it was.
There's always controversy with Michael Lessie.
Was there a laser pointer?
No.
Damn.
No, that wasn't it. He was trying to figure out some way to get a better start.
Yeah.
What the fuck did they say he was doing?
I heard there was a gate pick thing.
No, it wasn't a gate pick. Was it something like he had the bike turned around and was essentially doing a burnout and throwing the dirt onto the start straight or some stupid shit like that? It was some fucking just the most ridiculous shit you've ever heard in your life.
There's always got to be
totally
drama.
an Alessi thing. Totally an Alessi thing.
There's always got to be drama around Mike all the fucking time.
Yeah. Ferry was sick all week.
Yeah, and he also he crashed in I think one of his second motos.
Yeah.
I mean,
So he was really a letdown.
dude,
in
that kid always has something going on with him, man.
Yep.
And you know what? Perfect, like we're talking about with training. It's probably his training regimen.
No, Tim's a smart guy.
I'm not saying Tim's not a smart guy, but it's typical bullshit with these kids. They're getting worked too much, and their bodies are not ready for it.
Look, dude, he's fine.
He's fine.
I'm just kidding. He's not fine. We are so not fine.
No, he's got a lot of shit going on with him.
Yeah, and that was a bad week.
Because
It was a weird Loretta's period.
Yeah. Well, going out the first fucking 250B moto and fucking Preston base fluke, and who the fuck was it?
That kid was shot after that moto, by the way.
Yeah, well, dude, when he pitched it sideways going into the beach corner and he almost didn't bring it back, I was like, oh god, he's gonna be fucking dead legged. Who the fuck was that? I can't remember who beat him who won the moto. But yeah, dude, that was just a weird Loretta's week. Like,
Did you
whole
like the
entire week.
Schoolboy 2 moto, the second one where Bennick decided he was going to ride a second lap?
I will say
Or a
this.
victory lap, I'm sorry.
I will say this. Daxton Bennick on a week of letdowns or just actually surprised me.
Really?
I know there's this hype around Bennick, and he's had some up and down the last 2 years. Him getting a moto win or 2 moto wins or whatever it was actually really surprising to me. Because I just did not believe going in that between Deegan and Ferry and Base Flug that he was going to have anything for those
Dude,
guys.
I don't have any confidence in Base Flug. I think he is...
He's another one of those kids got a weird story, man.
He's fast, but I don't think he's got it. If
No,
we're going to be real honest. Seeing how he looked after one of those motos there, I'm like, dude, and you want to go pro and ride 30 plus 2, and you can't even ride 25 plus 2?
His problem is that he's from the Northwest, and I don't think he rides in the heat a lot. I think that's his issue. I don't think he trains in the heat.
Well, you know what? We better fucking fix that then, because it's not a good look.
Yeah. God, I can't remember who the kid was.
Talon Hawkins is another one, but Stu is real high on him, but I don't know. We'll see.
Caden Braswell was definitely a surprise. That was
Braswell, I think, might do well. He's kind of one of those underdogs that like has been overlooked as far as like amateurs go.
Yeah.
But I think, because I think, was it Stu that brought him up too? Maybe it was Stu. So Hawkins, he was very high on with some technical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Braswell, when they talked about it on his podcast, and you'll listen to this, they're very high on him for his fitness.
Yeah.
They're like, dude,
He trains hard.
he can probably go out and ride a pro moto.
I will say this, though. The one kid that is right now on track to be that next guy, Casey Cochran.
Yep.
God, that kid is fucking fast. If that kid can
Yep.
stay, but he's one of those kids, he's got to put some meat on.
Yeah.
And I know he's only on the 125, so it's not a big deal. And he's actually doing the smart thing. Mm-hmm. How the hell he doesn't have a Rockstar Husky ride? I know that. Oh, he's on a 125.
No one wants Rockstar Husky Ride right now.
No, but he does because he's a Husky guy. He's not going anywhere.
Gross.
How he doesn't have a factory ride is beyond me. I don't really know the whole situation, but no, that kid, he's the real deal. He is the real deal. If I were to give any confidence of one of these kids, because I don't really want to talk about like the super mini kids. There's a lot of kids in there, but they're still really young. Casey Cochran would be my guy that I'd be like, yep, Casey Cochran, like that's the next that's the next kid, because that like. One of Coach's former kids, Logan Best, he had a pretty good week.
Yep.
Outside of that, I guess I just didn't watch enough of the motos. I know who did what, but yeah, like outside of that, I don't really know. I mean, Yamaha had a kid that won a couple 85 titles, I think.
I don't know. I didn't get that into those classes. Like, I listened a lot the first day, and then the rest of the week, dude, I was trying to watch stuff, and I just fucking
As much as I
couldn't. So then I was watching just replays like 250B and Schoolboy 2 and stuff. So
as much as I can't stand Davey and Tim Cotter and the whole MX Sports crew, I miss going to Loretta's. Loretta's is always a fun time, but it's very hard to pay attention at Loretta's when you're not there because there's so many fucking classes. There's so much shit going on. So it's one of those things that it's not like a normal like, oh, I'm watching a national or a Supercross. It's very hard to pay attention.
did you happen to see the kids' electric class there?
No.
Oh my God. So I guess these guys, they don't do the sight lap because they don't want to burn the battery. And then they're standing there on the start line with compressed air, blowing it on the fucking motors or the batteries to try to keep them cool for the moto. Like, it's the most ridiculous thing ever.
Oh, did Kiefer beat Brownie or no?
No.
Okay.
No. Kiefer put it in the best way possible. Brownie at Loretta's is like Kiefer at Glen Helen.
Yeah.
He's not touching Brownie there, and Brownie doesn't touch him at Glen Helen.
What if that's actual like evidence, or he's just like guessing?
No, he smoked Brownie last year at Glen Helen.
Well, yeah, Kiefer probably rides Glen Helen.
Smoked the shit out of him.
Good for Chris
yeah.
Kiefer. He's like getting the second career as an amateur rider.
I like Chris.
No, I do. Chris is one of those dudes that I would actually love to hang out with.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude. He really is. I know that people.
Soul rider, bro.
He's fucking. What is it? What is the desert comment that he always makes?
I don't know.
High res des.
High des.
High des.
High des, bro.
Yeah, it's a key. Yeah, bro.
You go out to the washer, you hook a left around that, or right around the dead body, and then you find the junk car and hook a left around that and bring it back around, buddy.
Dead body's an old prostitute from the 80s.
All right, let's get into the big Loretta's talk, though. So let's talk about Deegan's week here. So he wins the Schoolboy 2 class. What did he go? Did he go? He didn't go 1-1-1,
no,
did he?
he swept the Schoolboy 2.
Okay.
He DNF'd 2-1.
Yeah, DNF 2-1. And I mean, that first moto, just pure fucking, because I did watch that one live, just pure fucking comedy gold that he runs into Evan Ferry.
When I saw that, I was like, oh my God.
And then that just makes
That's why I
it
texted
fucking,
you. I was like, of course him and Ferry would get into it.
Well, and the thing was that he got a shit start, and so he was coming through the pack. So he probably did not have his head up. He probably had his head on a swivel trying to make sure he didn't fucking go down.
To my point that these kids don't know how to work their way through the pack.
Then, of course, Ferry fucking,
bouncing all over the fucking place.
Yeah, it's bouncing all over the fucking place, tips over in a rut, and as soon as he stands up, Deegan just ass packs the fuck out of him.
Of course, though, dude, it would be those two.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
Well, then I'm watching it because I'm like, okay, cool, like whatever. Deegan will start working his way through, and then all of a sudden they're like, Deegan's off the track. I'm like, wait, what? And then, yeah.
And he goes into the mechanics area, and he's just like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Well, that wheel was fucked up. I'm sure you've seen the videos.
Oh, yeah, no, it was.
It was fucked up. So, but that's not where our story ends.
No, it never ends with Hayden Deegan. The story never ends with Hayden Deegan. There's always stories.
So, as I'm sure everyone's aware now, because we're usually the last to do press on stuff, and here we
let's
are.
be real, everybody in the moto industry
Has
knows
heard about this
story.
So, Deegan gets his bike claimed after the last 250B moto by, what's the kid's name?
Brennan Schofield.
Brendan Schofield.
Wow, that kid's getting a lot of press these days, too. He just did a thing with Tyler
yeah.
Levitt. Yeah,
Yep,
dude, he's been
yep,
on
I watched
podcast.
that. I watched that,
And
yeah.
Tyler actually knows what he's talking about. He's a former pro.
Yeah. So anyway, this kid, as the story goes, by this kid, because
Is
I
he
watched
from
that whole
Canada?
interview. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But he's at Moto X compound.
Okay, so he's Matt, and Matt Walker plays into this.
Oh yes.
Okay. All right.
That fucking piece of shit.
I got strong words about Matt Walker.
Great. Let's fucking hear him.
I mean,
Anyway, okay, so the kid makes a claim on the bike. The kid has the money, supposedly, the way this goes, if he's telling the truth. And again, there's two sides to every story, and I don't know if they're truthful, but we'll just go with this. According to his side of the story, which I've heard, he makes a claim on the bike with money that he has earned by wrenching on bikes at the Moto X compound. He literally was going to do this at regionals and then didn't have all the money for it.
Yeah.
He even said, he's like, I was going to claim the bike at regionals because me and Deegan were at the same regional, but I didn't have all 17 grand for it. So he goes in to claim the bike, and of course, who does he talk to? Your best friend.
Fuck that guy.
Tim fucking Cotter.
God.
Which, if we see him
He's not hard to miss.
if we see him, I really want to walk up with the GoPro and be like, so do you want to make a comment about what happened at Loretta's? Or, because, I mean, what's he going to do? Flip out on us? Great.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
I've seen Tim Cotter. It's funny, dude. He's a fucking dickhead.
Go for it. So Tim Cotter, who is, as we've all heard, if you've watched Chris Cooksey's thing or whatever, go check it out. He's got a couple of videos on his channel. Basically asks the kid, why is he doing this? Takes him in a room. Brian Deegan's in there, which it's a minor, so you're fucking really playing with fire. Like,
Yeah,
you want to get real shitty? Like, I can sue you for entrapment or
I'm
kidnapping.
not.
Take your pick.
I've said some really nice things about Brian, but after some of the stuff I've heard, I kind of have to.
Now, see, I haven't heard a lot about him. In all of this, I haven't heard a lot. Now, I know
I've heard
he's
there was a lot of intimidation.
I know he's trying to downplay it, and I don't.
What else is he gonna do?
Which I figured, but also I don't remember the kid saying that he really, was trying to intimidate.
No,
him.
there were other people. There are other people that were
okay.
close to the situation that are saying, "Oh yeah, Brian was trying to intimidate
See,
him." And,
but from the words, the actual kid who was in the room with them and everything, that wasn't what he was getting at.
Yeah.
Brian just kind of asked him like, dude, why are you doing this? And then Brian was like, I didn't even know this was a rule, which is super funny because as Chris pointed out in his last video about this, which he's got several, Brian has been at races before, literally running his mouth saying, I'll claim everybody's fucking bike on this line. I'm fucking rich. I'll fucking buy all your bikes. Fuck you. Okay, but you didn't know this was a rule? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. And I mean, I don't know. Deegan's try to play it off as they're very, like, down to earth and stuff. That guy's fucking loaded. And it would not surprise me. And then
look at their new compound that they bought.
Well, and I've heard stuff about them at amateur race. Like, there's always something. And it's not usually particularly to do with the race. It's usually extracurricular stuff.
This is the
that
problem
there's
when
always shit at the races with them.
This is a problem when you get that big.
I heard he got arrested at Minios.
Brian?
Yeah, last year.
For what?
I don't remember. Some after party thing.
And when we get into the 250 class, when we talk about Hayden,
yeah,
I'm gonna make some comments about. This is why I think this experiment is gonna go sideways.
So anyway, this kid makes a claim. Tim
By the way,
Cotter.
I don't even know who fucking Brennan Schofield is.
No one knew until now, but now everybody does. And then they basically, Cotter and Deegan talk to him. He's still going through with it. AMA tags the motor and impounds the bike just like they're supposed to. The AMA people did what they were supposed to.
Yeah, and then they say that, like,
they want to change the oil in
Yeah.
the morning, and if they find metal shavings, they're going to have to change the motor, which to the
because
kids...
Yamaha or like Star wanted, like, they didn't have time to do something with the motor. Yeah,
which is fine. AMA, according to what this kid said, AMA was going to release the bike to him for 2 hours prior to the moto so they could do their bike work they needed to do. And the kid was cool with it too, because he's like, look, if you guys open it up and there's metal shavings and you put a new motor in, that's fine because I'm getting that motor and that motor then. Like,
Yeah.
I get both of them. So, like, whatever. Like, the kid was super cool about it, apparently, of like, look, I don't give a fuck what you guys do to it. I'm taking all of the parts.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. And then apparently Matt Walker's his trainer or whatever because he trains at Moto X. So Matt Walker tells him, hey, come on over to my camp. They sit down, and then you have Matt Walker, this kid's dad is now part of the picture, which is good because he is a minor after all. And then some dude from Yamaha.
Yeah.
And then was Deegan there too? I don't remember.
Bobby Regan was there.
Was Bobby Regan there?
I don't know if Bobby Regan was there, but he was getting information fed back to him about this.
Okay.
Thing.
So anyway, so they all sit down, and apparently, according to this kid, Matt Walker just starts firing off at him. What the fuck are you doing? This isn't how we fucking do it. You can't claim this fucking bike, and on and on and on.
This is who Matt Walker is.
And then the guy from Yamaha basically tells him, look, we've contacted your... Because apparently he has some dealership sponsor in Canada, and they literally told this dealership that if this goes through, they're going to pull their Yamaha thing out of this dealership. And this is where my fucking rant starts to kick in. So Holster Co. Reload rant here. They basically coerce this kid and fucking torment him into not claiming this bike.
Yeah, it's intimidation.
They intimidate him into not doing it.
And it basically threatened him that, and here's the thing too, this kid knows, because there was a rumor that went out, and I'm not as up to date on this shit because I don't like drama, but he also wanted to do a YouTube video with the bike.
He did mention that,
and then even
yes.
his engine builder was like, hey, like this and that, but then they made the comment that like,
which I follow those guys at HP Race Development on my whatever.
The ECU actually is, everybody knows, we can talk about the motors, but nowadays it's the ECU, and Pro Circuit even came out and said about this shit, because somebody brought the comment to they're like, dude, our shit's so password protected.
That's what I've heard,
unless you're a fucking hacker, you're not going to, but anyways, it's intimidation though. And basically he knew on the back end of this that he was going to get so much fucking hate.
First off, let's just start with this. What do you think the bigwigs at Yamaha in Japan are going to say when they hear that this dude, because from what I understand, the guy that threatened this has no pull to do this whatsoever.
No.
Has no pull to do this whatsoever. What do you think the guys at Yamaha Japan are going to say when they hear that this is happening? Do you think they're going to be fucking pumped on it?
No, this is a really bad look for everyone.
This
is terrible.
I actually have an inside source I was talking to yesterday who this kid's best friend at the Moto X compound is a local kid up here. And so
Okay.
And so we should be getting some more information on this as this goes on. Because I told the guy, I was like, I want to know, like, from what I heard, they offered him 2 motors and to come down and ride the bike or something.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, but I haven't, but he didn't say that in the interview, so I don't know. Here's where my rant comes into play. Fuck you. I will come down with $100,000 cash. I will pay the 40th place kid in these B motos, A motos, whatever the fuck it is, to claim these bikes. I will pay them separately, and I will take HRC Honda. I will take a fucking Pro Circuit Kawasaki, and I will take a Star Yamaha with me. Like, go fuck yourself. These rules are in there. You all know these rules are in there, and I don't give a fuck about your unwritten rules.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Which it's also...
Fuck you. Like, this is fucking dumb.
Tim Cotter?
Tim Cotter can go fuck himself.
Yamaha.
I'm here to tell you right now.
Bobby Regan, as much as I like Bobby Regan, because he keeps claiming, oh, no, they're not a factory bike. Dude, fuck off with that shit.
Do you know what they told the kid? Did you actually watch the interview?
No, like I said,
They were asking him. They were like, so what are you going to do with it? And they asked him this several times. And then when he finally got in the tent thing with Matt Walker or whatever, and the Yamaha guy, I don't remember. Again, I wish I could remember his name. I don't remember who he was. When he said...
Is it Donnie Lutz?
Nah, I don't know. I'm going to be honest.
Is he from Yamaha?
Yes. He's actually from Yamaha.
I wonder if it was Donnie Lutz.
I don't know. Anyway.
Keith McCarty?
No, it wasn't Keith McCarty. They asked him, like, what are you going to do with it? And he's like, well, honestly, I'm probably going to take it to Canada next week and race it. And they straight up told him, and this is where they fucked themselves, they straight up told him, well, if something's wrong with that motor or it breaks, like, you can't buy parts for it. Okay, you just admitted you have a factory fucking bike there.
Because Bobby Regan made the comment about the etching. They don't want people to know where they get their parts manufactured from, where they get them from machines from.
Yeah. And you shouldn't put it on an amateur kid's bike with a claiming rule, dumbasses.
Yeah, especially for $17,000. We know the suspension on that bike alone is worth more than $17,000.
Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
Go
Tim Cotter,
fuck yourselves. This is a bad look on Yamaha. I don't want to ride I don't want my Yamaha anymore.
Bobby Regan? Deegan, you know the funny thing is, the one person that has no fault in this is Hayden himself. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Honestly,
I actually believe that he doesn't know after this came out. He doesn't really know what he's riding.
I don't put any blame on the Deegans, period, because I don't think they have any. I don't think they have any say on what the fuck they're actually riding.
But
like
I think Brian does. I disagree with you a little bit on that.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you're that now, this is one of the first few nice things, and I'm not that I say bad things, but like nice things about Hayden Deegan. I think Hayden, to him, he just goes, "I'll ride whatever you put under my ass.
Yeah,
I'll go fucking ride it." I don't think he fucking knows, and not that it would matter, but I don't think he knows. But Brian, and the only reason I say this, remember the comment he made with Jace, where he's talking about the dyno shit, and when they were uncertain about going from KTM to Yamaha, and they were seeing different numbers from their motor guy. I just think that Brian is too involved with both of his kids, all of his kids' careers, that he wouldn't. It's hard for me to believe he doesn't know. Now, I don't know if he intimidated him. I don't know if Brian. I think he's too big of a figure that if that ever got out, that he was intimidating a kid. But he's at fault somehow in this.
Here's the thing.
Everybody, this is a fucked up look for our sport right now.
No, this is a fucked up look for Yamaha. This is terrible. This is fucking terrible. If you just let the kid claim the bike for $17,000 and fucking whatever, okay, great. You want to know what? We'd heard about it last week. He claimed Hayden's bike.
Yep,
and that's it.
But for
that's
the fact
all we
that
hear.
the fact that he had the money,
yeah,
the fact that he had the money, and then he didn't come away with the bike tells you in a nutshell what you need to know.
There are multiple things they could have done differently. Number one, okay, the kid wants to make a YouTube video and ride the bike. Cool. Tell him to drop the claim. We'll fly you down to the goat farm for a month. You can fucking train. You can ride our bikes.
Yep.
No problem. Number two, you go out and you get 15 other people in the class who you have control over to also make a claim, because then it becomes a raffle. So now you've got a 1 in 15 shot instead of a 15 to 1 odds that you're going to get the bike back and no one's going to know. Number three, you just let it play out. You just let the kid get the bike. He makes a YouTube video. He's a fucking nobody. Nobody's ever heard of him.
Yeah, because
Sweet.
it's not like with Hayden Deegan's bike, all of a sudden he's going to fucking go win races.
No.
And here's the thing, too. People are actually, once again, we don't know if this part is true, but because the engine builder thing came in. People are like, well, that's not right. Here's the thing. That guy's not doing anything wrong because the fucking rule allows them to do it. If that engine builder wants to pay his fucking kid $17,000 to go claim fucking Hayden's bike so he can get into that motor and build a Deegan spec motor, here's the thing. If that fucking rule wasn't there, he wouldn't be able to do that. But because it is, I'd do the same fucking thing. If I was a goddamn engine builder, I'd be like, yeah, claim that fucking bike, claim the Honda bike, claim the Cowie bike.
This isn't the first time that's happened either. There's a guy that's got one of Michael Lessie's bikes in his fucking office. Somebody was talking about it. They're like, dude, he still has it.
Dude, Adam Chatfield, this is a thing.
Yeah.
Back when he was racing the Alessi's, wanted to claim the Alessi bikes.
And he did.
When fucking, goddamn, I can't remember his name. He's a California guy. I'll fucking remember his name. But he built all of the Alessi engines and shit. Same fucking thing. Like, you know how many times Nico Izzy tried to get toward that? People wanted to claim Nico's super minis. Yeah, dude, there was a time that.
Here's the thing: he wasn't even trying to accuse him of cheating. He just claimed the bike.
Because here's the thing too, and actually, Chad Sanner, who used to do, and this you may not know this, but he ran 1110 mods. Okay. When Alex Martin was on Hondas.
Yeah.
And those bikes, Chad Sanner knows how to build a goddamn motor.
Yeah.
Chad Sanner basically came out and made this comment. I don't know what avenue he put it on. He goes, yeah, I find it funny that people talk about these bikes being like cheater bikes, and then we talk about stock bikes, because he's like, nobody at an amateur national from the 50s on up to the age classes is actually riding a true stock bike.
No.
When they're at that level. He goes,
no.
He's like, I'm sick and tired of people talking about, oh, they're here's the thing. If you're allowing factory teams to come in and support these kids, whether they're on a spec motor or not.
Dude, we used to talk about this with the Geico Hondas. Those were not fucking amateur bikes.
The team, Bobby Hewitt's team Extreme Green Kawasaki bikes back in the Austin Stroop days and the fucking Hunter Hewitt days and all that, those bikes weren't stock.
No.
Nobody rides stock bikes at that level.
I remember back before I was even in moto, back when I was stunt riding, there were some kids on the east side of the state that stunt rode or whatever, some little kids, right? And I was talking to their dad, and he goes, bro, we used to do the motocross thing, and we went to Loretta's the first year, and they were on P-dubs, right? And they take off, and he's like, I know my boys are fast on these P-dubs. Like, they're fast, but it's a stock class. He's like, they take off, and they're fucking halfway down the straightaway. Everybody else is in the first corner, and I look at the dad next to me, I'm like, what the fuck? And he goes, it's Loretta's, boy. Run what you brung.
Yeah.
He's like, Oh, he's like, so guess what? We didn't go back to Loretta's with stock bikes again.
Cheating is not a thing in amateur motocross.
It's a mod class anyway. What the fuck can they cheat
even
on?
in- and even in
what
the-
are the rules?
and
I
even
don't
in the
even know
stock
in the mod class.
And even in the stock classes, nobody's riding a stock bike.
no.
So,
Get
like-
the fuck out of
Oh,
here.
they're in the mod class. Oh, you know what that restriction as far as like cheating is when you're in a mod 250 class? You can't run a 290 kit. Well, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, my factory motor is going to beat a 290 big bore kit. I don't care.
That's the thing I don't get is like, what the fuck is the fucking, like, what's the problem? The problem is they didn't want the bike getting out there.
It's kind of like why we can't ride a 150 at a pro national in the 250 class.
But Holster Co. reload rant on my end here. These factory teams like this or whatever, and the way Yamaha played this out, go fuck yourselves.
yeah,
I'm gonna send 20 grand down there next year. I'm gonna claim myself a fucking star Yamaha.
yeah, and you'd walk away with it.
I'm excited.
Here's the thing, guys. If the rule's not there, you can't. If the rule's going to be there, don't bitch about the rule.
If they don't like it, maybe they should just tell MX Sports to get rid of the fucking rule.
Yeah, here's the thing. And Weege even addressed this. He goes, you can't get mad at the kid when the fucking rule allows you to do it.
Bingo.
Like I said, and that's why I say you need to go watch the Weege show.
Yeah, I will.
No, this Brendan Schofield kid, because there's actually people there, for the most part, 99% of the people are on his side, but there's that 1% a bunch of dickheads. They'll be like, well, what if he's
Deegan
lying?
homers.
They're like, what if he's lying? I go, are you fucking kidding me?
Why would this kid lie about this?
He has no reason to lie. This kid has nothing to gain or lose
and
in
to be
all of
honest,
this.
it can't be a lie because
He didn't walk away with a bike.
there was a claim made, and here he is without that bike.
Like, Jesus, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
So this
Go-
seems like it could be easy to solve.
Go fuck yourself. I don't know this kid from Bob, but this kid, I feel bad for him.
I do too.
$17,000 of his own hard fucking earned money. And you know what? Even if he didn't, I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
The rule is there. If fucking Bob down the road wants to give him 17 grand to go claim Hayden Deegan's bike, who gives a shit how the money was there? Mm-hmm. If his fucking grandma, somebody made this comment, if his grandma rolled up on a fucking scooter and threw him $17,000, it doesn't matter how the money, where it came from.
Dude, I'm here to tell you, to be really honest, if we ever go down to hang out at Loretta's, because we are not going to Loretta's to ride. Let me just tell you that.
It is a fun time to go down there. But anyway.
If we ever go down to hang out, we are going to try to claim a bike.
Yeah, you can.
We're going to come back with one.
It's ridiculous that people are actually be like, well, what if the kid's lying? The
But we
fact
will-
that he doesn't have the bike.
But we will be much smarter about it because we will do it on the last moto of the week so they don't have to impound it. We'll just be like, hey, bro,
Ah,
here's $5,000. Go claim that.
yeah,
I want it.
yeah. It's just, it's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke. And here's the thing, too. And I fully believe this, and you don't have to agree with me or not. Nobody has to agree with me. If this was anybody else, nobody would have cared. But it's Hayden fucking Deegan. That's why this is a fucking joke. It's Hayden Deegan. If this was fucking Caden Braswell, or this was Chance Hymas, or Ryder D, okay.
Let me also tell you, if my kid were to ever race Loretta's, which we won't, don't worry. That's not a problem.
Don't put any more money in Davies.
That is not a problem. If my 17-year-old kid ever got dragged in a room by himself with Tim Cotter, I would beat that dude to death
Oh, no.
with my bare fucking hands.
Yeah. Tim Cotter is...
If anybody were to take my kid in a room by themselves behind closed doors, I would beat them to death with my bare fucking hands.
I commend this kid's dad for not laying hands on Tim Cotter. I really do. I commend
yeah.
this kid. Unless the guy's kid's dad did, and we haven't heard that part of the
I
story.
mean,
yet.
I honestly would have put him on Deegan too, but
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what kind of training Deegan's done. Like, sorry, dude.
Yeah, I don't. It's just a bad look. It's just a really bad look.
It's a bad look all the way around there. It's not good. It's not good.
And
They
like
can
I
all
said,
go fuck themselves.
I feel bad for the kid.
I
really
cannot
do.
wait. What kind do you think? I mean, what kind of bike do you think we should try to claim?
A Honda.
Only if it's an HRC one.
I guess it just depends on whose Honda it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be sick.
Could claim one of them pro circuit bikes.
But now I'm nervous because they said that their ECU is so password protected. It's like fuck.
By the way, great job, guys, for throwing that out there.
Kawasaki.
You fucking idiots.
Do you like? No. That was a genius move. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because no one will try to claim one now.
That's true.
Because
they'll be like, wow, like we got your motor, cool,
Yeah.
but we can't get into the good shit.
Because they're like, wow, fuck. All
Honestly,
right.
I would just take their bikes to just take their suspension.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Because they're actually one of the few that run the Kashima coating on their fork tubes as amateur shit.
Oh, okay.
So I'd be like, I'll just take their suspension.
Yeah, it's cool.
But no, man, I feel so bad for that kid. I just do.
It's such a fucking...
And people are like, oh, that's a dick move. Look, if the fucking rule wasn't there, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
He's
But if
not... Here's what I think people get confused. He's not accusing him of cheating.
He just wanted the
He
bike.
just wanted the bike.
Here's the thing. If you didn't have a fucking factory bike, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But guess what? You guys allow this shit.
Well, you
so
can't replace anything in there. Look, dude, it's all just nuts and bolts.
Look,
we can rebuild.
I'm going to tell you right now, that kid, yeah, maybe it not be exactly alike. There's a lot of good machinists out there.
It's pretty... It would
I'm
be...
pretty sure that kid could send their shit to fucking DASA out in California, and they could figure out. Or here's the thing: you could probably send it to some fucking drag race motor builder
Honestly,
that knows a hell of a lot of shit, and they could fucking do it.
Honestly, the crazy machinist down the road could do it.
Yeah,
All it is measurements.
yeah.
This isn't that fucking hard to do.
Like I said, is it going to be an exact replica? No, probably not. But there's a lot of fucking smart people out there that can figure out a way to get close.
You can make it happen.
So it's I don't know. The whole thing is fucking stupid. And like I said, if it was anyone else, we wouldn't have known. But it's fucking Hayden Deegan. Jesus Christ.
Hashtag reload rant.
It's some good ones. And we'll talk about Hayden at the end of the 250. But anyways,
Okay, well, we can continue to talk about him now. So
he's going pro at Iron Man.
we're not sure.
We're not sure.
But oddly enough,
He was at Unadilla yesterday riding the Pro-Am.
and there was a press release this week before the race about the Pro-Am and getting your points, but we're just not sure. I like how Brian tries to cover this shit up. Like, dude, you're a marketing genius, but sometimes it goes a little too far.
Like I said,
bro,
I'm starting to lose a little bit of respect.
everybody knows. It's kind of like when you were going to Yamaha and you kept putting out there, oh, we're not sure. Oh, my God, just stop.
Whatever, dude.
Just stop. Just let it happen.
He's got to protect the brand.
It's kind of... Speaking of protecting the brand, let me just go complete oddball direction here.
Is it going to be about Haley?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So super funny thing with like trying to protect the brand and your stuff and things like that. So Lego is releasing a new Harry Potter like collector series train set, right?
People are going to love this portion of the show.
It's hilarious. This guy orders a set from them. Mind you, they weren't even supposed to release when this set was coming out or what it looked like until next week. Somebody accidentally put this set in a box and sent it to this guy last week. So all of a sudden there were pictures of this thing out on the internet.
Wow. That's a big
And
fuck
like,
up.
and like I was watching a YouTube video about it the other day and they were like, yeah, literally some employee or some machine or whatever, however the fuck it works, just picked this up, put it in a box and like sent it off to this guy.
Wow, that guy's fired.
And this guy was like, well, I'll send it back to him. And we're all like, what? Why would you do that? I don't understand.
That person definitely is fired.
Protecting the brand.
Protecting the brand. But no,
that's like the worst kept secret. So yeah, so probably Iron Man, we're going to see him in the pro
and
class.
he'll probably be at Paula. And then he's going to... The word is he's either going to go do the Mini-O's route, what a lot of people did, and just get his Supercross points there, or we're going to see him at Futures. I tend to believe we'll see him at Futures because I think Star just wants him out there during the day, and then, you know, we can see him on Supercross Live. That's my opinion. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I don't really care. But I tend to believe he's going to do the Supercross Futures route because I think it'd just be too easy to get his points at Mini-O's. He'll probably just get him at Mini-O's, but then do Supercross Futures anyways.
Yeah.
And then we're going to see him full-time at Nationals next year.
I don't know. This to me is confusing because they're pushing the pace on this.
I think, you know what it is? I think that he went out and I think that there was like, it was in their mind. And then I think he went out and did what he did at Loretta's. And then they're like, no, you're ready, dude. You're ready. And I think the combine at Redbud had a lot to do with it as well.
I think so too. I wasn't even going to say Loretta's. I was going to say, I think he went to that combine,
I think the
decimated
combine,
everybody and
I think
went,
the
okay.
combine like put it in play. And then I think Loretta's sent it over the top.
Yeah, because he was good at Loretta's.
He was good. He was good. I mean, the only time he lost was that moto to Bennick. But outside of that, I mean, yeah, he was good.
Which he was coming through the pack on that one, too. He didn't have a good start.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
Bennick, and all credit to Bennick, too.
Because, again, 40th gate pick.
Yeah, and credit to Bennick, too, well, not taking it away from him. Like, Deegan had quite a few laps to pass him.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't, but whatever. Like, yeah, he won 4 out of the 6 motos he rode. Mm-hmm. So I guess you could say 4 out of 5 because the one moto was not, bike malfunction.
Yep.
But as far as expectation, I started thinking about this.
6 to 9, Gatey.
No.
Oh.
He will be a tad off of where Ryder D is. Because I started thinking about this, and we saw what he did to Hymas, but then I could go, oh, like Hymas and Ryder D, but then Ryder D's been smashing Hymas for how many months now? And I'm like, I see him being a little bit, and here's the thing too, and remember my comment I made about a lot of these kids don't know how to work their way through the pack? Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about when we get to Ryder D, his first moto. Really good. He was inside the top 10. I think he was, 8th?
Yeah.
8th? But then what happened in the second moto? Mm-hmm. He got a bad start. These kids don't know how to work their way through the pack. Hayden Deegan, if he gets a start, I think speed-wise, I think he's like Ryder D. He's going to be fine. But you tell me that kid gets a 20th place start, I'd be shocked. If you tell me Hayden Deegan gets a 20th place start, I would almost be willing to bet the best he gets is an 11th. Because he's not used to working his way through the pack. It's a whole different thing to deal with when you're out front and everything's smooth sailing, or you're riding with guys that are your pace, as opposed to getting around guys that are 3 seconds a lap slower than you, and then having to anticipate what said guys are going to do. Are they going to jump into your line? Are they going to get loose through a braking bump and fucking jump over? You have to think about all that shit. Mm-hmm. That's something that Hayden is not used to doing. He's just not. And Ryder D, the second moto, and even Talon Hawkins at Millville, prove that.
Yeah.
And I just put Hayden as a little bit off of where Ryder D is.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that if everything goes perfect, I would say he's probably going to be a 9-13 dude. Because Ryder D got 8 that first motor, right? 8th. Okay. I don't think he's exactly on Ryder D's pace. And then now you're talking about, now you got to go do 35 minutes at that pace.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, down at the goat farm. Dude, doing 35 minutes during the week as opposed to doing it on a race day, 2 totally different fucking things.
Also very true.
Because there's always that thing in the back of your mind. Oh, dude, if I blow this section, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, and at the pro level like that, too, it's not like, so at an amateur level, from my experience here, okay, I can go out and ride 20 to 30 minutes, and my motos are only 10 to 15 minutes long. You can't go out and ride 70 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go double so that when you're doing 35 minutes, you're like, oh, yeah, no problem.
And dude, maybe he goes out the first moto, he yanks a good start, and he gets 8th. But I'm telling you what, he's not going to back it up with another 8th the second moto.
No.
It's a whole different fucking deal to do that 2 motos and then do it in a 2-hour span.
Yep.
And then now you're talking about, now you got to do the qualifying. You add that in there.
Yeah.
And look, you can replicate all you want during the week. Everybody knows at a professional level in any fucking sport, it's totally different during the week as opposed to when it actually matters.
Here's the thing. I'll be really interested, if he does go pro at Ironman when we're there, to see what it's like around the truck with him.
I'm going to tell you what, the fans down there, it's going to, I mean, dude, you saw what they did when they did the whole combine. They gave him that sight lap at the National when he was sitting down at the rollers, and then everybody knew he was eyeing the leap. Yeah. How fucking pumped up the crowd is. That kid is going to have such a long line of people getting.
Like I said, I'm going to be we're going to walk by that truck a lot if he's there that weekend and see what's going on.
What do you think the vibe is, though, if he just completely just fucking tanks it?
I don't know.
Because I think because we talk about this a lot with kids.
Yeah.
The expectation is totally different.
Look,
I don't think the expectation.
He's good, but he's not Jet Lawrence.
There's a lot around Hayden Deegan, and I'm telling you this right now. If he doesn't live up, I think a kid in his position that is used to winning, it's going to get into his head.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, he's not used to losing. He doesn't lose that often.
Yep.
His entire amateur career has been pretty much probably 98% winning.
Yep.
That's a thing when you don't win anymore, because don't fucking get it twisted. This kid ain't going to go win. He ain't going to win for a long time in that class.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm glad that we get to see his debut. It's going to be... Look, I don't really pay attention to Hayden Deegan that often. I'm going to be paying attention to him a lot throughout the day when we're down at Ironman. And I don't just mean in the motos. I mean the whole entire day.
Yeah.
I'm going to be paying attention to him a lot. Because you're going to... In my opinion, we're going to be able to tell after the qualifying where he is. Because if he goes out there and he just fucking hammers out a heater and he's only in 9th, you're going to be able to tell, oh shit, like, this is real.
Yep.
I'm just not there yet. So,
we'll see.
I'm excited for it. I really am. Not so much as to how he does.
Here's the thing. If he doesn't do good, he can go back to amateurs.
I just don't think he's going to go. I don't think he's going to do that, though.
I'm just saying.
I think there's too much
as long as he doesn't score over 40.
Yeah, but I don't think their camp, they're going to do that. I think they're pretty much all in at this point.
Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm excited for it. I really am.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
All right, let's talk 250s here. We got about a half hour till Kev comes on. 250s brought to you by our friends at JT Cycle, serving Battle Creek, Michigan for over 30 years. Stop in to check out their full selection of Beta, Gas, Husky, and Suzuki motorcycles and power sports products. If you need something for around the house to help keep things nice and trimmed up, they have that too with a full lineup of Echo Aarons, Gravely and Simplicity. Visit jtcycle.com or follow them on Instagram at jtcyclebc. Okay, 250 class here. So Joe goes 1-3 for first overall. Whew. That was a good first moto for Joe.
Holy shit, though, that second moto with him and Whackers,
fuck.
man. Him and
Dude,
Whackers.
that was wild.
Wow, dude. Good for Joe, though. Gets another overall.
Yep.
I will say this. I think he got it handed to him a little bit that first moto.
Yes.
Especially with the way seeing J. Coop rode that second moto.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty confident that I think J. Coop, had he not gotten down, was probably going to win that first moto.
Yep.
But good for Joe, man. Like, this is just a confidence thing for him.
100%.
Keep it fucking going. Keep it rolling.
Keep
and just
it
like, hey,
rolling,
man,
baby.
I know I can. Because now it's gotten to the point that, like, he could run their pace at the end of the moto, or he can, sneak in if a guy has problems. Well, now you've pretty much gotten to the point that Joe's top three pretty much all the time now.
100%.
And I don't think that was any question, but I think that you were just kind of, this is the first time he's really been doing it. Mm-hmm. No, man, like, he was fucking solid that whole first moto.
Yep.
I mean, I'm a little bummed we didn't get to see more of him, but he was so far gone. They're like, there's battles going on. We're not really going to focus in on him.
Yeah.
But that second moto, though, I am a little shocked, though, it took him that long to get around Whackers. Mm-hmm. I kind of thought when he got onto the back of McAdoo, he was going to be like, we're going to see what Cameron's going to do because he's a little fucking crazy. And then a lap later, we'll be like, all right, we're going to drop the hammer. We're going to go around him. And all the credit to McAdoo.
He was riding well.
And you know what? Here's the thing. It's not like Joe was hesitant because Cameron was like getting loose in front of him and going all over the place.
No,
like,
Joe was sticking it in there.
Joe just couldn't make it happen. Mm-hmm. And then I think McAdoo, as he should, got tired.
Yep.
And Joe was like, well, I'm not. So
yeah, well, I'm just going to go now.
I'm good.
I appreciate it. Thank you. It's been fun, but I'm going to go.
This has been good. Good for you.
Yeah.
Like, I get the fuck out of here.
So 1-3 for first. That's good. Justin Cooper goes 5-1 for second.
MX, he's our 250 guy, right?
He's got to be at this point.
Like,
yeah.
look, they did the right thing.
They waited.
And I don't think anything that happened with Craig yesterday has anything to do with their decision.
No.
Let's be real, and I know, and I feel like I'm beating a dead horse when I say this, but I have to preface this because anytime I give him compliments, we're not J. Coop fans on this show.
Nope.
We respect him. We're not fans of him.
Yep.
This is the Justin Cooper
that we're
we're
used to seeing.
This is the only thing I will say. I'm a little nervous, and we all know this. This is not new information. The contrast of when he gets a start and when
versus when he doesn't.
And let's be real, he's not getting starts.
Yeah.
At MX of Nations outside of qualifying day when it's just the 250s.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me nervous, but as far as the speed, I have a hard time believing, and I know he'll say this, I think he's back to where he was last year.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he was on the whole fucking day.
Yeah.
And he would have won that first moto had he not gone down. Just made a mistake, cross-rutted, back in, got away from him, whatever.
In all honesty, pretty much everybody went down yesterday. In the 250 class.
Yeah, all the credit to J. Coop, though, dude. He fucking killed it.
Yeah.
And this is, you could have said it was 3 motos in a row, but it's been the last 2 out of 3 motos. Like, dude, he has been on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, he walked away.
He did.
Second moto.
Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, and that's good for us. It's another guy. I know that it's only 4 rounds to go, but if he keeps doing this.
Yeah, but at this point now, he's just out there to win races. So.
And I mean, here's the thing. The last 3 motos, I know he didn't win the first moto, but he had the speed to win it. Mm-hmm. We can't really question that he can't.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, dude, he's been on it. I mean, dude, Washougal, he walked away from everyone.
Yep.
It sucks that it's this late in the year because it makes me believe had he been there early in the year, we could have had another guy. But yeah, this is just where Justin Cooper. So, I'm not I don't like J. Coop, but I'm glad that injury is not going to be a long-term thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good for him. Like, this is good.
Yep. So Hunter Lawrence goes 2-5 for third.
I want to know what was going on with that second moto with the bike. Because I was adjusted along there with the broadcast. I thought the brake was going out.
Did you listen to his interview?
Well, he said the motor thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense, though.
But they changed the motor already.
Yeah, but that wouldn't make me believe that the new motor was going to grenade.
Here's the thing. Those Honda motors are looking sketchy. Like, they've obviously built power, but now you've got
They're pushing the limit.
Jet's got a DNF. Hunter thought first moto. And then here's the other thing. Are they having issues during the week that this is leading Hunter to think this? Because this is twice now this year that Hunter
Well, he thought his
has
motor was going at the end of that first motor
Redbud.
Redbud.
And now you've got it again on top of the fact they changed it out after the first
mean,
moto. This is a...
And we know Honda's been dealing with this even since the Geico days. They have been trying to push the limit with their motors.
Yep. So, I don't know. It's a bad look for Honda for the motors department.
I will say this. Even though Hunter got second that first moto, that was not an impressive day to me.
No, he
was
didn't
kind
look
of-
good yesterday at all.
No, he kind of looked, even though he didn't have as sketchy as moments, he just looked like he was going past what he was comfortable to run that
Yep.
pace. And even with him doing that, he never was in question to win a race.
No.
I don't know. I mean, it was just, good for him that he still got second overall.
Yeah.
Or, no, third, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But,
He made up 2 points on Jet.
yeah, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. And speaking of Jet goes 7-2 for fourth.
Holy shit, your boy looked like ass.
That was not a good
The
day
whole
for
fucking
us.
day. Hole looked like ass.
That was not a good day for us.
I mean, dude, I really wanted to text you, but I knew you were going to watch the motos until later, and just wanted to go.
And to be honest, after seeing qualifying, because I did look at qualifying, because I did go back over my fantasy stuff there and seeing like, holy shit, he's like 2 seconds faster. Wow. But then, like I said, Flo was streaming the first half of that first moto, and I watched it because I had time. I was between motos or something, and I was like, oh, this isn't going well.
There was a little bit of the chink in the armor yesterday.
And
No.
okay. It wasn't great. But then I turn around and I look at everybody else here and I go,
Yeah, but this is
out
Jet
of the
Lawrence we're
top-
talking about, though.
okay, but out of the top 5, show me one dude that didn't go down yesterday.
Here's the thing, though. You can say that, and I don't disagree, but this is Jet Lawrence we're talking about.
Dude, I understand.
And look, and I'll tell you this, and I've said this before about he
But
really
look-
hasn't had to deal with pressure. Look, and we'll talk about when we get to him. Nick Romano, that first moto, he made Jet work for it. And obviously,
he
and here's the
did.
thing, I think that's I'm not saying all of a sudden, oh my God, Jet Lawrence all of a sudden sucks ass all of a sudden. That's not what I'm saying.
That's 100% what you're saying. Because you're a fucking hater.
But Nick Romano doing what he did to Jet yesterday, and not-
Romano was on one. In all fairness, Romano was on one yesterday.
but it's Nick Romano though.
It-
Jet Lawrence, I think,
at the New York track, I mean...
but he doesn't ride Unadilla, so that's not a fair comment.
I know. I don't give... Which, here's another thing. Dude, you look at that facility, and you're like, holy shit, all this infrastructure, everything here, and it just fucking sits here and grows grass all
The
year?
place is awesome. I was there in 2014.
And
It's
it just
cool.
grows grass all year?
Yeah.
What the fuck are they doing?
They just want to preserve the naturalness of it. They don't. That's why they don't ride the actual national track other than once a year.
Unbelievable.
Here's the thing, though. Yesterday kind of showed to me this is a look into his 450 career. Because, once again, I made this comment early in the year, or a couple shows ago. Jet, most of his 250 career has been able to pass guys and usually walk away from them. He hasn't usually had any counter. Because let's be real, most of the time when Jet passes people, because he's so calculated with how he passes them, it puts them in an awkward position where they're not carrying a lot of momentum and they can't really make something happen back, or he just goes around them and he's just on one. Yesterday, that was not the case. And he was riding over his head the whole entire day. That's not something we're used to seeing with Jet. And once again, I'm not saying all
really? You
of us-
felt like that? I didn't feel like it looked that way.
Yeah, dude, bro, you talk about all these people that crashed. Jet crashed more than anybody all day long.
well, he did do that.
And that's the thing, too, is Jet was making mistakes yesterday because of the fact that he was getting resistance. They were making him work harder than what he is used to. And that's the thing. He has not been used to that. It's just a little chink in the armor moving forward into the 450 class. Yesterday was one of those things that you could go, it doesn't really affect Jet too much, but as far as people going, look, if we just make him work a little bit harder and we're gonna shove a front end wheel in there, we're gonna make him think, hey, you leave the door open.
Dude, how about him and RJ making contact?
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow. Okay.
And I mean, I knew that was gonna happen. Like Jet, that's
a
just how he
thing.
is. He's confident. But the Romano thing, like, dude, Jet did not have an answer for what Romano was
No.
doing to him. And I'm just sitting there going, oh, if this moto goes on, like, Jet's gonna go around him, and Romano has raced since Millville. But Nick Romano should have not been able to make that as hard as he did on Jet. And then I was like, man, these guys they're not giving him an inch. This is the first time in a while. So is it going to affect the 250 career? No. But here's the thing. That's what he has to look forward to into his 450 career.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this right now. Did you see the videos of him riding the 450?
I've seen one. I didn't really.
Not impressed.
I didn't really read much into it because I'm like, dude, he's literally like the first days like riding a 450 / testing.
He's got to gain some muscle.
I'm just like, I don't really see it being.
I'll just say this. There was some signs yesterday of if you're in the 450 class, you're going, well, if that's all I got to do with this kid is fucking put some pressure on him, and he's going to fold. So, is it a big deal as far as the 250 shit goes? No. 450's moving forward. That's going to happen every time he's on track.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just, and here's the thing, too. That's 4 motos in a row now that he has not won a moto and not even been close to winning a moto.
Yeah.
That's a thing,
Still
though.
won the overall at Washougal.
But here's the thing, though. You talk about that, and as far as the points go, but that's the thing. He was not close to winning a moto at Washougal, and he really wasn't close yesterday.
Yeah.
That's something that has to be said. Now, if he goes to Bud's and goes 1-1, cool, fine, not a big deal. But here's the thing. There's no evidence that he's going to go to Bud's Creek and go 1-1.
It wouldn't shock me. He's probably pissed about yesterday.
Doesn't matter. He was probably pissed yesterday of what happened in Washougal. He rode over his head yesterday, dude. Mm-hmm. You don't make the mistakes that he was doing yesterday by not riding over your head. If we go another 2 rounds, because I don't think...
Actually, you know what? In the second moto, well, you watched this thing. He said he hit the shifter and hit neutral by accident or something.
Yeah, but that's not a thing that Jet does, though. That's my point.
I'm just
Jet
saying.
Lawrence and Jason Thomas even made the comment. He's like, we don't see this out of Jet.
Yeah.
We hold Jet to a higher standard. So when he does shit like this, it's kind of like, whoa.
Look, I'm not going to read too much into it. This is the first issue we've had like this all year, and in fact in like 2 years. Like we haven't ever seen a day where he's been like that. So I'm not going to read too much into it. I'm just going to go like, it was a bad day, which is what we do in this moto industry too. Is we see a bad day like that, we want to blow. Oh my god, fucking he's cracks in the arm or this and that, and it's like, dude, I have a bad day at work once a week where I don't fucking get shit done or do enough or I fuck something up.
You want to know why we make a bigger deal out of it, though, when it's somebody like Jet? Because comments that, like, you and Daniel Blair, when you know the generational talent.
Yeah, I guess, but Ricky had bad days, too.
Ricky still won when he had bad days. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Jet now, I know that you're not going to read much into it because you're a fan of Jets, but for me, who's somebody who's neutral on the whole thing, it's a thing that...
You're not neutral, you're such a hater.
Anyways... It's a thing.
Anyway,
it's a thing when you're his.
It's a thing when you're
his competitors. You look at it and go, if I can keep doing that to Jet and make Jet think a little bit more about his surroundings instead of just moving forward, they're going to keep doing it. And that's the thing. I think that this is the one thing that we have not seen Jet had to deal with yet in his pro career.
How did Jet do at Unadilla last year? Do we have any idea? I can't look it up because we have no service over here.
J-Coop won the first moto, and I think Jet won the second moto. So it's not like he's bad at Unadilla.
Okay,
we can't run.
Sure. I was just asking to see if that was the case. Like,
no, it's not like
just
he's bad.
An Eli thing. Like,
no,
he's not good there.
I think he went 3-1 last year.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So moving on, RJ goes 3-8 for 5th. Voling goes 6-6 for 6th.
Quiet.
Romano, like you said, really good start. That first moto ran really, really good for 4-9 for 7th.
Real shocked that he held on to 3rd as long as he did.
That was wild. McAdoo goes 11-4 for 8th. That was a good comeback for him, I would say.
Just can't die.
Yeah, Thrasher 10-7. He's so good for 9th.
What's wrong with 7th? Tell me, seriously. Like, what is wrong with 7th place?
You are the only person in the fucking industry who does not see that he fucking is not good.
Okay.
I will agree with you that 7th is not good.
What do you expect out of him? Here's the thing. When people make the comment, and I'm going to go in on this a little bit since we got a little bit of time because there's not too much time. It really pisses me off when people say 7th is not good. I'm sorry. All the people saying that 7th is not good have never fucking gotten top 10 in a professional moto in their life.
You're saying that, and then you're over here dogging fucking Jet for going 7-2.
Because it's Jet Lawrence. Jet Lawrence is a little different than Nate Thrasher. We expect Jet to win all the time.
Well, you're sitting over here telling me Thrasher is Star's next dude here.
Because he's going to be, because J-Coop's not going to be.
Star's next dude is going to go 10,
but that's
fucking,
the thing, though.
10-7
but that's the thing,
for 9th?
That's the thing, though. That's where they are, though.
Look, if you
it's an expectation thing. Nate Thrasher is not expected to win like Jet.
I know.
When Jet has bad days like that, you can't sit there and say, you can't look at it differently.
But you can't sit here and beat the drum for Thrasher that he's their next dude and he's out there going 10-7 for 9th.
But here's the thing, though. It's factual. He is the next dude. Not in the sense that he's going to win them titles.
Star is going to fall right the fuck off. And
then
this is going to be a sad,
but then Star is going to fall off.
Star.
Then Star's going to fall off.
I'm
because
just
unless
saying.
Levi Kitchen and I think Levi can. He's just got to stay healthy
Yeah.
because this year has been rough for him. He got hurt in Supercross and he just got hurt during the week. Levi would be their next guy. But because Levi has not proven it yet and Nate has the 3 Supercross wins, by default, Nate is their next guy. It's not me saying, oh, he's the next guy because he's going to win titles. It's a factual statement.
Dude, I mean, honestly, there are talks on the shows I listen to about, like, is he going to be able to keep this ride doing what he's doing? And,
What?
and I don't know, because Star Yamaha, it's like, dude, you're expected to win. Like, let's face it, you're expected to
Well,
win.
then I hate to break it to Bobby Regan, and this is
I
this
mean,
is a problem.
Dude,
when
Romano just went 4-9.
Okay.
Romano just came back and went 4-9. Thrasher has been riding,
what has
and
Thrasher
he goes
done?
10-7.
The first moto, he also he came from like 20th.
There's a lot of negatives
What has
against
Romano
against
done?
Thrasher.
What has
dude.
Romano done compared to Thrasher this year?
Romano's
Thrasher,
a fucking rookie, dude.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Jet was winning as a rookie. He was killing it as a rookie. The whole rookie thing is blown way out of proportion.
Look,
if you're
I'll be
talented
completely
enough
honest.
to win,
I bet if we go back and watch the broadcast, I bet you we haven't even seen Thrasher other than when he got fucking T-boned
No.
by whoever
but let me ask you
on TV this
let
year.
let me ask
which
you,
is how irrelevant he is.
But that's the thing, though. Let me ask you, what do you expect more out of him, though? What is wrong with 7th place?
I expect him to be more towards the box, to be really honest with you. If he's going to take the torch, if he's supposed to be the next guy to take the torch, like, he should be in the top 5.
I don't believe that.
He should be in the top 5.
He's only going to be the guy by default, not because he is the guy winning. He's only going to be the guy by default. It has nothing to do with me saying, oh, Thrasher's now going to be a champion. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, as of right now, he's not even the guy by default.
But it pisses me off when people say, oh, top 10's not good. I'm sorry. All the people that talk about that kind of stuff are not top 10 in the world at their job. So people can, and that's the great thing about what we do. We can make these
I'm pretty
comments.
much number 1 at my job.
Yeah, okay. That's the thing is when we can make these comments, but when you think about it in the sense that he's top 10, I know that they think, oh, he should win, but he's not winning. Romano's not winning. LeBlanc's not winning. Kitchen won the 1 moto. Outside of that, he's not. Justin Cooper, who is their guy in the 250 class because J-Mart's not there anymore. Colt Nichols didn't win outdoors. He didn't get podiums outdoors. My point is that when people go up and say, oh, yeah, 10-7's fucking terrible. I'm sorry. Have you ever gotten 7th place in a fucking 250 outdoor national? No, you haven't.
I have not.
So
No, you are correct.
it's disrespectful.
I can't even win D class.
Yeah, so it's it's disrespectful when people make comments like, "Oh yeah, 7th's not as good." All right, well then you know what? Tell all those fucking dudes that have never gotten 7th in a national moto in their life that they suck ass. That's what they are saying. I'm sorry, Max Volan got 6th. Went 6th. Was having trouble getting. Does Max Volan suck? Does when RJ doesn't get 7th in a moto, does RJ suck?
At least Max Volan's up towards the top 5.
What is it? Has Max Volan ever won a Supercross?
Nope.
RJ just won his first Supercross. Nate Thrasher has 3. Tell me how many of those other guys that he...
And then his other results are fucking terrible. Like, this point has been made multiple times on
But it
multiple
doesn't
different
fucking
shows.
matter. He still has 3 Supercross wins in the 250
He
class.
does. He does.
So
I
people
cannot
can
argue
talk
that
about the rest
point.
of his results suck. That's like saying, the fuck has Adam Cincerello done in the 450 class since he got on? He hasn't won one,
I know.
but yeah, he keeps getting fucking... And I'm not comparing Nate Thrasher to AC, but it's the same argument. It is the same argument.
I love this because I just get you going.
Because it's not even a Nate Thrasher thing. It's a disrespectful thing to other competitors that have never won. That have never fucking won. It really is. When you think about it, it really fucking is.
My thing is you just get you have such an affinity for this kid.
No, it's not just
Because
Nate Thrasher.
you are so fired up every time I say, like...
Does Seth Hamaker suck?
Does Seth Hamaker suck?
Yeah, does he suck? Is he terrible on a dirt bike?
It's not.
Because he can't win races.
Like, it's not a great look.
Who else
here.
on that fucking team outside of Joe has done anything this year? And I'm sorry, Seth was whooping Joe's ass before he got hurt in Supercross. And Seth would have continued to whoop Joe's ass in Supercross. Now outdoors? No. Seth's not on Joe's level outdoors. But Joe has not gotten to this level until just now outdoors. Before that, Seth was beating him. So my thing is that if we're going to make comments like that, we have to be consistent with other people. AC, I know, he has the 1 championship, and I'm not comparing Nate Thrasher to AC. But it's a
Sounds
thing
like you are.
because it's true. What has AC done in his 450 Supercross career? Has he won a race?
Nope.
Okay. Has he made it through a whole Supercross career?
Nope.
No. Outside of that outdoor season in 2020,
He was battling for wins
But he didn't.
every single week.
in a weird COVID 2020 outdoor season.
No, I'm talking in his whole career.
No, he hasn't. Supercross, he has not battled for wins outside of 2 races. He's not been
What?
close.
Who? AC
Yeah.
in the 250 class?
No, Supercross 450s.
Oh, see, I'm talking 250 class.
Yeah, and guess what? He still didn't fucking win a title.
I don't care.
It's but that
His-
no. You
his
can't
rides,
do that. You
his-
can't do that. You cannot do that because how often did he win when he wasn't when he didn't win a lot?
I'm not talking about winning titles from Nate Thrasher. I'm talking about, dude, you win and then you get 14th the next 3 weeks in a row.
Still got wins, and we like to play this comment. Oh, we can deal with speed. We can deal with speed. Here's the thing. I just want some consistency.
But the speed isn't. I was gonna say, but that's the thing. The speed's literally not consistent at all, and it's
AC's
like,
fast
and
as
it's like
fuck.
completely random.
AC's fast as fuck. He'll go 5 one weekend. You know what he gets? DNF the next.
Yeah.
So my thing
DNF
is
'cause he's going so fucking fast.
And my thing is it's not
The bike can't handle
it's
how
not
fast he
so
wants
much
to go.
It's not so much Nate Thrasher. It's consistency.
His mind works faster than that motorcycle.
If we're gonna make comments like that, we have to be consistent with everyone.
Dude, I'm just gonna get you fired up on this every single week here.
Because it's a valid fucking argument. It pisses me off. People cannot be consistent because people like to pick and choose who they want to have these comments with.
It's not a good look that you randomly win like 3 races and then the rest of the time it's like you're struggling to be in the top 10.
Then that's who he's gonna. No, not struggle to be top 10 in Supercross. Not struggle to be top 10 in Supercross. No, he was top 10 pretty much every fucking round outside of one of those quirky ones.
Okay, I'm sorry. When half the class is there, he doesn't struggle to be top 10. So he would be top 5 if half of these dudes dropped out.
Still has 3 wins.
Like I said.
Still has the 3 wins. Still
When
has the 3
half
fucking wins.
When half the class isn't there.
I'm sorry, he beat Hunter Lawrence straight up.
When half the class isn't there.
He beat Hunter Lawrence straight up, and he beat everybody
He can
straight up.
maintain a top 5 average finish. When
Doesn't
you put the
fucking-
whole class in there.
Tell me at the end of their careers how many people have 3 Supercross wins. This is my point. It's not a Nate Thrasher thing. It's a consistency thing. I just want the industry to be consistent with their comments.
Look, I'll go back at the end of the year here, and I'm going to not count his 3 wins, and I'll average his Supercross finishes across the last 2 years, and then I will average his outdoor finishes, and we'll see what it is.
And I will say I don't give a shit. I will say he has 3 Supercross wins.
Just
It's factual.
I'm not trying to see. Here's the thing. I feel like you feel like I'm trying to take that fact away. I'm not trying to take a fact away that he won 3 races. He's won 3 races. Yes, he has done that. What I'm trying to point out is that outside of those weirdo 3 races he has won, he hasn't fucking done anything.
And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Those 3 wins that he did has done more for Star Yamaha than the races that he has been just weird. Because those 3 wins are a big fucking deal. So to my point is, and I don't care, and I love him to death. I don't care if it was Coach. I don't care if it was Cooksey. I don't care who it was. I would argue this with them because we like to do. Then we're taking Jalek Swoll's overall away from him. Cooksey,
That's the
but
same
Cooksey-
thing. No,
but
that's
Cooksey-
exactly what
but
I'm
that's-
talking
But that's
about.
my thing, though, is we can't pick and choose who we talk about.
Dude, I'm not going to argue anything about Swoll. He fucking sucks too.
And Jalek is way worse than Nate Thrasher.
Yes, I
And
will
that's my-
agree with
and
that
that's my
too.
point, but yet he
I
still
will agree with
but
that
he
too.
still keeps getting rides.
And we question that every year too.
And
And
we
I
do.
and I'm
But
you
he
wanna
still
talk about
has rides,
consistency?
though.
I am consistent with he also is not deserving of that ride.
And I agree with that. But
We
he
should
still
give it to somebody
but
else
here's
and
the
see
thing.
if we can do something different with
Here's
it.
the thing, though. He still keeps getting it.
Yep.
So Nate Thrasher cannot get the heat if Jalek Swoll still keeps getting factory rides.
The only reason I do it with Nate Thrasher is because I know it'll get you fired up.
Yeah. Well, it's true.
Because you get upset about it.
Because I like Nate
But
Thrasher.
Nate Thrasher and Jalek Swoll essentially to me are like the same thing.
No, they're not even close.
Thrasher is a tick better.
No, he's way better.
He's
Jalek
a
Swoll is
tick
never
better.
No, he's way better. No, I'm not going to let you do that. He's way better. He's way fucking better. He's way better. He has 3 Supercross
Okay,
wins.
he's 2 ticks better.
That 2 ticks better is fucking just better. Doesn't fucking matter. It's still top 10 all the fucking time.
Look, I'm going to average both their finishes now at the end of the year because now I want to see.
Yeah, because I don't really care about Jalek Swoll, though.
I'm just going to say,
I
I just want to see like what is their average finish outside of that win.
My whole point to all this is, and this is the last thing I'll say, it has nothing to do just with Nate. It has to do with consistency in the industry. If we're going to sit up here and say that a 7th place, I don't give a fuck if he's a factory rider or not. It's a 250 factory ride. There's 9 million of them. If we're going to sit up here and say a 7th is not good, then we just need to fucking give Jet Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence rides, Joe Schmoda and Faulkner, fucking RJ, and Justin Cooper and Jeremy Martin rides, and everybody else can go fend for them fucking selves.
Sweet.
Because that's essential. But that's essentially what you're saying.
I'm in.
Then motocross won't exist. It won't exist.
Motocross is not going to exist soon because World Supercross is taking.
No.
Over.
This is also a comment for Supercross as well. Dirt bike racing at elite level will not exist. If you're going to tell me that
It will for 20 guys.
you wouldn't even get 20.
Average age over 35.
You wouldn't even get 20.
Called World Supercross.
You wouldn't even get 20.
Or Super Motocross.
Yeah. I'm just sick and tired of people getting up here and picking and choosing the guys that they talk about.
All right, let's move on because we got to get to Kev here in a couple minutes. Pierce Brown goes.
Pierce Brown doesn't ever ride
10
anymore.
for 10th. Yeah, well,
Pierce Brown doesn't ever ride anymore.
Okay.
Michael Mosman's not there. He doesn't ever ride anymore.
Jalik Swole, 12-11 for 11.
He doesn't ever ride anymore.
Yeah, that's a fucking good call there. Ryder D goes 8:37
Now
for
Ryder
15.
D doesn't have a ride anymore.
He didn't have a ride until 2 weeks ago when they fired Jet Reynolds. Let's see.
Yeah,
here.
Collie loved they fired Jet Lawrence.
Yeah, Jet Lawrence. I don't have any. Handmaker 37 DNS.
Woo, that
Mumford
crash
38
was bad.
That was
I want to know.
bad.
I want to know what happened to Seth.
He went to Indonesia there hard.
Yeah, but like Fro seems to think, he caught a square edge. But how quickly that bike dropped, I think he let a motor go. I think a motor went on.
Could have been.
I want to talk about him. Not that he was anywhere near. Well, for a little bit in the second moto.
Okay, make it quick.
Josh Gilbert's teammate in the 250 class, Jorgen Matthias Telviku.
Say that name 5 times S.
Yeah. Well, it was a funny thing. At one point when he was running 10th in the second moto,
Oh yeah,
Weege was like, I don't know who this is.
yeah.
I picked him for fantasy because I knew right away he was going to get 100 points. He's an EMX 250 guy. He's on the same team as Gilbert. I don't know where the fuck he's from. I don't know if he's from Finland, if he's from Norway,
Something like that.
Denmark, anyway, or Slovenia. Anyways,
17-17 for 17th overall.
I knew right away. I've watched him in the EMX 250 class. Here's a wild thing, and I know that we had Rick Elzinga. This kind of tells you, though, the depth of our 250 class, because Jorgen can't even get top 3 in the EMX 250 class, and he went out and got top 20 at our national.
Yeah.
And he's never been to America.
Yep.
Yeah. No, but cool for him. He's also finishing out the next 3 rounds. It's something he's always wanted to do.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if it's going beyond that.
Yeah.
Which leads me to believe that Gilbert is also going to be here for the next 3 rounds. So that's pretty cool that they're getting a chance. It was funny, though. Weege was talking about Gilbert. He's like, it's cool to see Gilbert back out here.
Yeah.
There must be a weekend off. And I'm like, British series is over with, Weege. Never change, Jason. Never
Big
change,
road race
buddy.
guy.
Yeah.
Big road race guy. Yeah. All right, cool. So that pretty much sums up Loretta's, Unadilla, Holster Coat Rants.
Didn't get to talk about the cool super motocross thing. It's fucking stupid. But anyways.
Well, we'll talk more about it next week.
The only thing that's cool that it sounds like our streaming package is going to
be
back to Peacock.
condensed. Yeah, so that's good.
So that's cool because fuck off, Flo.
Yep. So anyway, all right. So we're going to take a quick break. We will be back with Privateer hero Kevin Moranz, and then we will wrap this up. So we'll be right back in just a sec. All right. Now we've got Privateer hero Kevin Moranz, brought to you by the Dirt Bike Depot. Kev, what's up, man?
Took about 30 minutes.
25 minutes later. Well, if we ever figure this phone situation out, it'll be a glorious day.
2022.
2022. I can't make a phone call from a building.
First world problems. It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of first world problems, tell us about your problems on the weekend.
Oh, boy. Wow, good segue.
First world problems or Kevin needs to qualify better. But, okay, so long story short, I got a set of goggles from Oakley. They were pre-set up. So that's what I used in first qualifying session, which is actually the most important qualifying session because track's the smoothest. However, tear-offs were put in a manner where they malfunctioned. So I was not able to tear them because they were not, like the little tab was not coming out for me to grab. So if I started a fast lap and you always are either passing somebody or you catch up to somebody, if I got roosted, it screwed over the lap because I couldn't clear my goggles off. So that was a struggle. I did what I could with it. And then, long story short, just vision problems. So then came back for quali 2, was ready to go, and went slower because time. Well, not because time went out, but I didn't know where I was sitting because they didn't have anything on the TV screen, and the cell service went out right before the session started. So I was getting no information while I was out on the track where I was at. So long story short, came up a few spots short. They didn't even start the 450 LCQ until like 20 minutes late because timing scoring was all sorts of messed up. They had to go grab people from in the pits because they thought they had qualified, but then they ended up not qualifying. It was a complete disaster. And then, long story short, was feeling just fine. Was pretty confident myself. Yes, we had a pretty little stacked LCQ, but I knew I was capable of getting it done. However, took off the start, slid really bad. Immediately came into contact with somebody right off the start. Pile up on the inside. I kind of swerved around it, got pretty lucky, and drove myself up into 10th, I don't know, 8th, something like that, pretty quickly. And then just bobbed and weaved, fought back and forth with a couple people, and then was right behind Walker and Lane. And I knew that the race between us three, whoever took it, was going to transfer straight in. And, just fell up a little bit short. Just didn't quite have enough time. I wish we would have had another lap or two because, like, Messi was starting to fall back. There's a couple guys that were kind of fading a little bit. But, just too little, too late. And that's all she wrote. So it is what it is.
Well, honestly, it's a good thing that you text me back when you did here to call into the show because Justin said we were pulling the sponsorship if you didn't text back in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So
Never said that.
Almost.
Never said
I
that.
gave this guy a hat.
Wow, never said that.
Justin almost yanked the sponsorship right out from
Never
underneath
said
you.
that. Oh, man, that's a dick move, buddy.
So, yep. He almost said, how do you save $500 a month on your bills? Well, you just go ahead and pull that sponsorship.
Hey, now.
That's a dick move, Trey. I never said that.
I wasn't doing it. You were the one who said it.
Look, I just said, look, he should give more.
Justin was the chief financial officer over here, and that was his call. He was like, look, if this guy doesn't answer in 5 minutes, number one, I'm going home. Number two, we're pulling the sponsorship. Fuck him. So there we are.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, fair enough. Well, I answered, so let's keep this shit rolling.
So can we talk about the new build?
Which one? The CR?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily released to the public, but
Oh, well,
first
we don't
and
have to talk.
foremost,
We don't have to talk about it.
Moto Aftermath Show gets it first. We have acquired a CR500, and we are in the works of getting parts and everything to show up so we can do our next two-stroke build with a 1985 all original CR500.
Where the hell did you find this thing at?
Dude, our neighbor had it. My neighbor, my next door neighbor, which they haven't been here since I was a kid, but they've been here for the last, I don't know, 8 years probably. And yeah, he had it in his garage, and he was just like, my dad had seen it before, but I didn't know about it. And then he was just kind of like, just been sitting there for 5 years, and he hadn't done anything with it. And my dad asked him if he'd sell it, and he's like, probably. And I was like, done deal.
Did you get a sweet deal on it?
We're gonna keep that under wraps, but let's just say it's gonna be a pretty legit bike.
Sweet.
Kev, are you going to ride this thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, so Kev's not going to have kids when he's done riding because his balls are going to get rattled off.
See, that's what I keep hearing. But so another thing, this is not just a 500 CR 500. This is a CR 580. It has been bored out 80 cc's over.
Even better.
Kev, you're really testing fate with this thing.
Look, our next build after this is a Mako 750.
Oh, God. We can fucking, Jesus Christ, do a
Perfect.
Cannondale 540. We're just going big boy.
However, it depends on what parts we can find, whether we have to take it back to original or keep it the way it is. I don't know. It just depends on what parts are available right now, because that's all an absolute crapshoot right now anyway, because nothing is available. So we will see. But should be pretty legit.
I will tell you this: get some custom rubber mounts for the for the engine mounts, and that helps a little bit with vibration.
Good deal. I'm actually need to try to find somebody who has a aftermarket fork clamp set up for it that I can put modern forks in, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to find something like that.
Kev's really testing fate with this one.
Other
So
any particular races we might use this CR 500 in?
A hill climb.
what'd he say?
A hill climb.
So I haven't got the official invite yet, but I'm working to try to get an invite to Red Bull Straight Rhythm. Whether I race the 500, I don't know.
Do you want to race the 500?
Yes, duh.
I probably don't want to, because that's a lot of bike, and I've never even ridden one ever. So I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. However, I do have a 125 ready to go. I have a CR500 that can be ready to go if that's all I can race. Or if I get an invite on a 250, we're going to buy a 250 and we're going to Red Bull Straight Rhythm. So
I think that would be Kev's best bet.
Kev is going to do his part to make sure the Moto Aftermath Show has representation at Red Bull Straight Rhythm.
And
Yes.
you're going to be on ESPN while you do it.
This is what I like to hear.
Yeah, so, but if you pull the sponsorship, there's going to be no representation. Just saying.
All those checks are finally
Fuck
starting
those-
to pay off.
Fuck
here.
those guys.
Justin.
Whoa.
Did we come up with a Supercross track layout over the break?
Nah, that's all this guy talks about anymore.
No, I talked to the select crew that is coming to build said track. Hopefully, we will have a design layout by Friday.
Okay. So-
I did talk to a couple equipment companies. I've got dozer, wheel loader, skid loader, all on lock, ready to go.
Sick.
Dad and I actually are playing with a sprinkler system that we're kind of working on as well to
Even
make
better.
watering just a flip of a switch. So it's coming together. Slowly but surely, it's coming together.
So, this whole media thing we're doing here with me coming to ride. This is how perfect.
Yes.
This is how perfect I have made this. Okay, this weekend I raced. There was a local race at Redbud.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because of the vet class I raced, there are only one other select class I'm allowed to run if I want to run too.
I think if you tell him this, he might not.
No. This is perfect. This is perfect. He's gonna love this. Kev is a media guy. He's gonna love this. So Kev, I also raced D class this weekend.
D?
Yes.
Yes, lower than C.
How is
D.
that legal?
Because of the vet class I race, that is the only other class I'm allowed to race that I won't get yanked out of my vet class. So yeah. And by the way, Kev, I did not win. Some kid yarded me the first moto. And I didn't ride
Travis.
bad. I didn't ride bad. No.
Travis.
I didn't. No,
Kev is real unhappy
No,
with you
Kev,
right now.
Kev, let me tell you this.
Just keep going, Kev. Just keep
Let me
talking
tell you
shit.
this. Nope, stop. So I have my Lit Pro through my watch or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I picked up 4 seconds a lap over what I rode at Redbud last year. So I was 4 seconds a lap faster, and my fastest lap was the last lap of my second moto of my second class of the day. So
So the last time you were on the track.
literally the last lap I was on the track for the day was fastest. I rode 2 classes, 4 motos, 1 practice session, and my fastest lap was my last lap of the day. And I did not ride bad, okay? I rode fairly well yesterday, and this kid in D class yarded me the first moto.
I loved the
Okay,
disappointment.
what about second moto?
Second moto, so they dropped us with Open C, okay?
Okay.
And the first moto, they
You're
were like...
kidding.
No.
Hold on. Rewind.
Okay.
They dropped at the same time or separate gate drop?
No, they dropped us separate, but there were only 5 of us in D class. One dude didn't even race. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. And another dude crashed out the first moto and then didn't race the second. So there technically were 3 of us, okay? So get this.
Gotcha.
So first moto, this kid yards me. Redbud. So that first tabletop you hit down in the valley by the
T1.
black dirt there, T1.
Yes.
You guys usually come down and do a right-hander, but on amateur day, we just go do a little S-curve through the black dirt and, hit it. The first moto, this kid goes inside on the left-hander before that and then launches that whole jump. And I'm like, dude, in my vet class, which is technically a C class I ride, 3/4 of the guys don't jump that from the outside. And this dude just launched it in D class from the inside. I'm a stretch to be in D class, and this kid's like, what the fuck is he doing? Anyway.
Yeah.
Where were we going with this? What were we talking
He was
about?
asking him how you did the second moto.
Oh, so second moto. So they dropped us with C, right? So first moto, I got lapped by 5 dudes in the C class, which I'm like, I'm not riding bad, and these kids are lapping me in 3 laps, C class, air quotes, right? Second race, the kid was beating me, and he was pretty gone, and then the second lap, all of a sudden, I caught him. And I don't know if he went down or something, but I all of a sudden could see him again, was probably within 4 or 5 seconds. And on the third lap, I was catching him. And then the C class kid who won passed me in the last turn going over the finish line. And I'm like, fuck. So, needless to say, I didn't get a chance to catch him pass him, but I did catch him the second moto.
I love Kevin's disappointment when he told him he riding D-Class. He's like,
Dude,
Travis.
Everybody yesterday was like, "What are you doing riding D-Class?" I'm like, "It's the only one they'll let me ride, and I wanted to ride I wanted more track time. Leave me alone."
You need to snip that moment when Kev's voice just gets a little bit. He's like, Travis.
But Kev, okay,
Oh, boy,
picture this. Here is how I've got this: D-Class to Supercross in 2 months. Tell me that's not going to be awesome.
That's a good YouTube title.
Bingo!
Oh, my God.
Thank you. Like, this is going to be the best thing ever. Because literally, I'm going to be able to sit down and be like, all right, so here's how my 2022 season went. I do my first race in like June. I jump off the track 3 times the first moto. It's fucking terrible. It's fucking absolutely terrible. Then I go and I run D-Class and I get beat, which is amazing. And now here we are in October. I'm riding Supercross.
And to top it all off, you can start the video with you walking out of the trailer with a gallon of milk in your hand and a protein.
It's going to be awesome, Kev. It's going to be awesome.
Just hopefully you don't die.
From D-Class to Supercross in 2 months.
Cool.
Yikes.
I'm excited, bro. I rode really well yesterday. I was really for myself, I rode really well.
Everybody else out
I'm
there's
proud of you. I'm proud of you, but I don't think you realize what Supercross is about.
I'm pumped, dude. I'm so excited. I have been
man.
slowly building up the jumps on my track a little bit more. So like I'm trying to prepare myself. I made the berms bigger, so it's like really like bull turns now. Like I can't reach the top of it with the Bobcat anymore. I have to actually drive up it to reach the top. Like, dude, I'm working on it, okay? I'm trying to be as prepared for this as I can be.
And then you're going to get out there and be like, I'm not prepared.
I'm so pumped. Dude, I'm so pumped for this. We got to figure out when, though. Are you coming up for Designations? Did you decide?
I have not decided.
Okay, great. Cool. Good
Tom.
What?
What?
Still trying to get on Team Guam.
Yeah, pretty much. But I haven't heard back, so I'm assuming I am not in that scenario.
Well, Team Guam is coming to ride Bucks for practice that week, so.
Well, then they're obviously already making plans, and I'm not a part of it, so it's probably negative.
Great. So let's come up and get drunk and hang out.
You can't say that on the podcast. We gotta.
Drunk is a relative term. Kev drinks one fucking sparkling fucking water, and he's like, "Oh, I'm fucking hammered! Yeah, woo! Red Bud, yeah!"
Oh my God, that
Off
is.
one sparkling water.
I don't know.
He likes the bubbles.
You're being a little rude right now.
Am I?
A little bit.
With what?
You're being a little rude. Like I think Kev can handle more than a sparkling.
No, he's not. He's not eating any carbs.
Oh yeah, he's not eating bread anymore.
Dude, it takes half a drop, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, dude, I feel this shit."
Maybe he would eat a whole loaf of bread after he.
just Kev just drunk, just fucking pounding bread on the way
You
back
just
from
see
Red
it, like
Bud.
you see Kev's just gone, and then you find him be like behind a motorhome with a loaf of bread.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
So
It's
good.
not ideal.
It's so good. No, I said, I was talking to Ashley the other day. I was like, man, when he comes up for either Buck Bash or Designations or whatever, I want to take him to Texas Roadhouse just because I want to see him sniff.
Just set all the rolls on the front of the table. And then when he goes to grab one, you just pull the, not for you, buddy.
Nope,
for
sorry,
you.
not on the diet.
Dang, y'all gonna do me that dirty?
Oh, it's going to be funny for
Yeah,
me.
to be quicker than that.
That's going to be funny for me. Dude, should we do a training montage for like TikTok or Instagram?
What you need to do is like when you guys do a cycle ride, like have you in front of him with a loaf of bread
on
and
the
just
pit,
like,
on the pitter with the fishing pole
With a
with the
loaf of-
fucking Texas Roadhouse roll hanging from it, and Kev just cycling behind trying to
and
get
just
it.
see like the pissed off look in his face as he gets closer to the roll.
It's such good Kev, we got to make this happen.
He is not happy.
Golly, bro.
Dude,
You know what's funny? I actually ate at Texas Roadhouse tonight, and I was so tempted. I didn't, but I was so tempted.
He's like, fuck that diet.
fuck your diet. I'm off.
Fuck your
dude.
diet. I'm eating bread.
I was close to it, but I gotta stick with it.
All right, well,
Tired
we'll
of
see.
feeling like
Look,
shit.
we'll see in the off season. All right.
Yeah, big time.
Did you get my text about Buck Bash?
Me?
Yeah. Oh,
Which one?
the dates.
Oh yeah. So I think that is like the exact same dates as Red Bull Straight Rhythm.
Oh, that's-
at least as of right now.
That is perfect.
It is.
So now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard
I don't know
place.
if that is it. Is it true? Is that true? Is it the same dates?
I don't know. I don't know when straight rhythm
I think
is.
he actually might be right. I think if straight rhythm's not on the 14th and 15th, it's the weekend after.
Oh, well,
I'm pretty sure. I think Kev is right. I think it's 14. Why are you stuck between a rock and a hard place?
Because I want to hang out with Kev, but I also want him to be on ESPN.
I'm pretty sure if he gets a chance to go to straight rhythm, Buck Bash, he's going to straight rhythm.
I know. That's why I said I'm between a rock and a hard place, because now I'm like hoping that he gets in, but at the same time, I'm hoping he doesn't get in so he can come hang out. Like, this is a very conflicting interest for
We'll be
me.
hanging out down there with him, and then if he comes up here for MXON.
Yeah.
Look, if he comes up for MXON and Chris comes, you're going to have a lot of people at your house.
Chris isn't staying here.
Oh.
I don't think.
Oh.
I haven't talked to him about that.
Oh.
I was just talking to him. Kev, have you seen any of the thing about this Deegan bike?
We don't have time
bike
for
claim
that.
thing?
Dude.
Yes, he has. All right.
God damn it.
What are your
Dude.
thoughts? What are your thoughts on this?
Talk about the shadiest thing ever.
Bro, I know, right?
That is sus.
Hey,
That's what that is.
You want to know what me and Justin decided? We're going to go hang out at Loretta's for a couple of days towards the end of the week, and I'm going to get some like 40th place kid to claim a bike, and I'm just going to have like PC bike, Honda HRC bike, and a fucking Star bike just sitting in my garage
And then
hanging
I'm gonna hire
out.
a hacker to hack into the ECU.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm going to do, and then I can just ride them when I want to. But I'm going to claim all three of them.
Maybe you can give Kev one of the bikes.
Dude, yeah. Dude, this will be sweet.
There's a YouTube video out there that, I don't know, somebody interviewed the kid.
Yep.
And I don't know, some thumbnail. I haven't watched that video, but I want to.
You should.
Is it good? Like,
Yeah.
is it like, dude straight up got told, like, yeah, we're going to end your career if you go through with this?
Say pretty close, yeah. Yeah, you watch it, because he explains everything, at least from his point of view. And again, take it for grain of salt, because who knows if he's lying or anything. He doesn't seem to be. Seems to be a good kid. Now, positive note, I have an inside track through a local guy who one of that kid's best friends down at the Moto X compound is a local kid that we know. So I'm sure I'm going to get some more inside information here as we go over the next week or two.
Good deal.
So, but yeah.
All in all, Schofield, the kid, he got fucked.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
But like I said, we're going to go claim some fucking bikes, bro, because they can't fucking intimidate me. What are they going to do? We'll end your moto career. Bro, I rode D-Class last weekend.
Look,
there isn't a moto career here.
It'll give me a reason to punch Cotter.
Everything is fine over here. I just want that bike. So thanks. Here's my 20 grand. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Dude, I mean, it pisses me off because it's like you're just going to intimidate kids into not claim. Like if it was something, in my opinion, very shady, for example, say a motor builder trying to get his hands on it, something like that, I'd be like, whatever, this is just people in the industry playing back and forth. But from my understanding, this is a 17-year-old kid who is literally wrenching on bikes at the compound that he's training at to earn money to claim this bike so that he can like ride it and see what a fucking factory bike, because he's not going to go factory. He's never going to ride a factory bike, ever. He's not even
Didn't he win a championship?
Did he? No.
If he won a championship, Schofield, it would have been in Canada.
Okay, I saw him, like a profile photo of him or something like that, with him with a number one plate. I thought he...
It might have been from Canada, because he's from Canada, so it might have been up in there.
Got you.
Yeah, it might have been Canada.
I thought he beat Deegan in the race that he claimed his bike in.
No.
This is just a kid that's
Gotcha.
he's like, hey, I made the money and I want to claim it.
Yeah.
Which it's his right. It's a fucking rule. And me and Travis talk about if they don't want people to do it, don't make it a fucking rule.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah, needless to say, it's a very sketchy shitball situation here, and it makes Yamaha and Tim Cotter all look like fucking dickballs. So.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
And
the Hayden Deegan hype, man, and it's just going to be there at Ironman because that's when he's going pro.
And that Matt Walker dude can go fuck himself also.
Matt's a little... Have you ever had any interaction with Matt Walker, Kev?
I don't believe so, unless maybe one time or two times at like Camp Boom Diggity, but other than that, no.
He's a peach. Oddly enough, he's from the Peach State. So.
Oh man, so Kev, you, me, and Justin all be hanging out at Ironman. Are your parents coming?
Yep. Whole crew's coming.
Yes, this is like a reunion.
Look, now if we could just get Tom to say, like, is he coming or not? It just,
It's like 50-50.
he's probably not coming.
No, it's like 50-50.
So it's actually like,
He keeps telling me he's coming.
so it's actually like 80-20 to the not him coming.
Nah, I give it 50-50 still.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
It's pretty much 50-50 until he's actually in the truck with us going.
Yeah, until we actually get ready to roll out of the driveway and we see him pull up or not.
Kev, are you driving or are you flying there?
I'm driving to that one because I got to take all my stuff off the rig.
You gonna hang out Sunday if your boy races?
He's like, who's my boy?
What'd you say?
I said, are you gonna hang out Sunday if your boy races?
And by
Vet class here?
his boy, he means him.
Yeah, duh.
Probably a negative. I plan on leaving as soon as
Damn
the races
it.
are over, probably.
God, I was really hoping you were gonna hold the pit board that says go faster.
Or you suck.
Yeah, or you suck, or gas is on the right, asshole.
Not on the left.
Oh, man. No, because right after that, I would be fully ready to go for just getting everything prepped for Supercross track build.
Fuck yeah. Yeah,
So
we'll
that
have
happens
to.
right after that.
I'm gonna say we'll have to talk. We'll have to figure out dates here because like my September's obviously pretty full. Plus you're building the track that month,
Yeah.
and then October we'll have to figure out with Straight Rhythm and Buck Bash what the fuck's going on. So
Yeah. I need to start putting a schedule together.
yeah, we'll have to figure it out where we're not fucking up your shit too bad. And
Well,
I got to figure it out
it's
with.
all right, because I got to figure out what I'm going to do with my new bikes, whether I'm going to powder coat them like we did last time, or I don't know. I haven't decided.
Well, see, you can mail the stuff up here, and then I'll just bring it with me when I come down.
I would be down for that.
See, saves on shipping. Only shipped one way.
Hey, so what's up with? I'm not funny. I just saw Instagram. And I saw a video of Himes or whatever. Why is he not racing? Just because he just didn't perform?
That was not a good ranch performance by him.
He's not ready.
No.
He got slapped around.
I mean, what has he been doing?
So it
For
really,
the last however long.
it really depends here. So number one, he's super young. He's only like 16.
16, yeah,
So
turned 17.
that's
Oh.
a thing. He's really young. Number two,
Gotcha. Didn't know that.
Yeah, number two, it really depends. So Justin heard from him that he's been suffering from an injury, which I'm not sure how much I believe because I just listened to Weimer on Stu's podcast say that, well, he's not hurt. We just essentially, when Honda signed him, they had no amateur team at that point here. So they weren't really sure what to do with them. So like they gave them bikes and they gave them parts, but they haven't really been around to help them develop the bike a whole lot.
Okay.
Because they just didn't know what they were doing amateur side wise. So essentially Hymus and his dad and Weimer have been trying to develop that bike themselves for him, which has been somewhat of a struggle street. And he was very open about like, Honda has been great in helping us with whatever they can, but there isn't an actual team of technicians and stuff set in place to help them test and do things like that. So it's kind of like they kind of figure out what they want. They call Honda. Honda sends it to them. They install it type shit, essentially is what I'm hearing. So
Look, he just didn't do good enough for his bike.
Interesting.
yeah. So needless to say, yeah, it didn't go well. And what Weimer thought the other day was that they would do a lot like what they did with Jet, where he'll go through a full Supercross prep this year. And if they think he's good enough to go pro as far as Supercross goes, then they'll throw him in one of the coast. But if not, probably just do a full prep and get ready for outdoors. And then we'll see him outdoors next year for starting at like the first round or whatever.
Interesting.
That's at least what they're talking about. The super interesting thing is, I don't know how closely you followed this. Ryder D hasn't had a pro contract here, and now all of a sudden he's got a pro contract.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, but what's interesting is up until essentially Loretta's here, he did not have a pro contract. It was very well known that he did not have a pro. Don't fuck with the cord. Fucking idiot. What are you doing?
Rare.
Well, dude, you can barely hear us as it is. This
Look,
is
the iPad's
rough,
over there now.
This is a rough connection, and Justin's over here playing with the fucking cord.
Okay, guys, let's get along.
Remember
now.
earlier
Wow.
when I said, man, I say this with all the love in the world, but you're fucking stupid? That was stupid, too. That's like the fucking Sexton. You're fucking stupid. Like, stop it. Kev,
Oh my goodness.
Kev, what did you
So
think?
anyway, yeah, pretty wild stuff.
Yeah, what did you think about Sexton beating Tomac both motos yesterday?
Bro, the dude was on fire. Like I don't even know what to say besides like can't wait to watch them at MXON.
It's going to be awesome.
Hopefully they can win.
That with a sparkling
Dude,
water in your hand.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, it being on Redbud, Chase riding the way he's riding, I think he has potential of beating Hurling straight up.
Hurlings isn't going to be there, so he's definitely going to beat him.
I know. No. I'm saying like if Hurling, saying if Hurling was to race.
Oh, well, Justin's getting red in the face. Hold on here. He's going to start spitting.
I love Kevin. I respect his opinion. I disagree, but unfortunately, Hurlings won't be there.
I'm sorry, what was that? I can't hear you with Hurling's dick in your mouth.
Look, I'm sorry. He's the
I'm
best.
just saying,
If
I
you
think
could-
he has a chance.
If you
He
could
has a
pull that Dutch
chance.
wiener out of your mouth a little bit, we could probably understand the words you're saying more.
I mean, I feel the same way when you talk about Jet.
Look, we're not going to comment on that because... Oh, no, he's 19, so okay. I guess that's not... I'm just saying,
what the
he's a
fuck?
minor. We're not going
Oh,
there.
Jesus Christ. Any fucking ways. No,
Anyway.
hopefully they can hold it together. It's gonna be tougher than people realize for us, but hopefully we can get a win. You know, it's been way too fucking long.
Yep.
Indeed.
So, all right.
You know, and if Kev decides to come up, he can watch it in person.
With a sparkling water in his hand.
Why do you keep thinking he's gonna be drinking during the day while we're there?
He's going to be drinking sparkling water.
Yeah, that's a very far-fetched statement.
He's gonna be drinking water. Actually, it's probably gonna be cold.
Sparkling water is water.
He's not gonna
It
drink
just has
sparkling
carbonation in it, you fucking morons.
He's not
What are
gonna
you guys
So he's
talking
not gonna
about?
drink sparkling water. He's just gonna drink water.
Look, Andrew Tate says that we should drink water with bubbles in
Who the
it.
fuck is Andrew Tate?
Well, if you don't know who Andrew Tate is, then you don't know shit.
Is that a real statement?
Kev, do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Andrew or
Yeah.
And
who?
The top G, Andrew Tate,
the top. What'd you just call him?
the top G.
Why do you call him that?
You need to look him up
Why?
because then you'll understand.
Is he dumb?
It's pretty funny.
Oh, so it's a. Oh, wait a minute.
No, it's not
Is
a joke. He's serious.
Is he the ex UFC fighter?
No, he's the ex-kickboxer.
Oh, he's the one that Jake Paul wants to fight.
Yes.
Yeah, they're both stupid. Fuck those guys.
Fuck Jake Paul.
Fuck Andrew Tate. They're both stupid.
They're real dumb.
Anyways,
Anyway,
wow, that went off the rails.
that went off the rails quick. All right, well, Kev, this has been a productive phone call.
Indeed. Happy we can hear each other.
Yeah.
Looking forward to talking to you guys about racing next weekend because, it's not happening again. So we'll see
Yeah,
you
because
guys
if you don't
next
make it again, Trav.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you just have a stroke? What did you just say?
No,
I did.
the Dutch wiener went a little deeper in
I
his
did.
mouth there.
I did, but it was
and
hard
he
to get
couldn't
it out.
finish his sentence. So go ahead, finish
Hit the
that.
gag reflex or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, he was just like, "Ugh."
I said, you better make it in the motos because Trav said he's going to pull the sponsorship if you don't.
I'm only hearing this coming out of your mouth, Justin.
Well, I
What's
didn't
that?
say it.
I told you, Justin's the one who said this shit. Justin is the one threatening to pull this sponsorship,
That's not true, buddy. I love you.
which is ironic because I haven't seen him stroke a check for this ever.
Yeah, it's true. I haven't. It's very true.
Oh, ridiculous.
Oh, man. Quit playing with the fucking cord.
Let's wrap this up, bro.
All right, bro. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, buddy.
We appreciate it. Good luck next week.
I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, later, buddy.
See ya.
Alrighty, bye.
I
Well,
made a weird noise. Boop, boop.
that's because it was FaceTime audio.
Oh, that's right.
You can't actually make actual phone calls off the iPad. So, any who's and whatsins.
Any who's and whatsins?
All right, anything else you want to talk about here before we wrap this up?
Oh, I haven't seen the motos yet, but Timmy G just won his 4th world title.
Wow.
Wrapped it up early. They still have 2 rounds to go.
18 rounds left, and he's the world title.
Yeah, he's been sandbagging for the last couple rounds. I mean, he's been getting some resistance and stuff. Like, there's been guys that have gone in and beat him straight up. But, yeah, I haven't watched the motos yet. I have him on my DVR, but I did see that he wrapped up another one. But he's only going to have to get, like, 5th or better to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty cool. Congrats to Timmy G. It's fucking awesome. Really hope that Slovenia can pull some funding together to be at Redbud because they actually have a decent team this year, but everything I'm hearing is they're not going to go. It's just a lot of money for them,
Interesting.
especially considering everybody that would be on that team.
Yeah.
Timmy G's the only factory guy.
You want to know what I feel so good about right now? the fact that I feel like I am such a shitty rider, but yet when I tell people I ride D-Class, everybody who's seen me ride is like, what the fuck are you doing? Makes me feel better.
You get a boner?
I can maybe ride a motorcycle a little better than I thought I could.
You're gonna we'll come back to you after you make 2 laps on a Supercross track. And
Look, bro, I jumped off the track 3 times the first moto this year at Battle Creek. It didn't look promising for me here.
At least you're racing because Cole's not.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Cole's going to get a sprint enduro title or something.
Oh, we've been doing this for way too many hours straight. I'm getting slap happy.
We are. It's almost 9:30. I got to go to bed.
I got to go fucking eat food and then go to bed.
All right, man. Well, this has been another episode of Moto Aftermath Show. Thanks to our sponsors. Links in the description. Thanks to Kev for calling in, even though he didn't have much to talk about here because we didn't make the motos. Justin's going to yank that sponsorship.
Make your wallet a little bigger.
Great. Bigger Pockets Podcast. How did you do it? Yanked a sponsorship I didn't fucking need. Kid was dead weight. We were dragging him along. Oh, I'm just kidding. I love that guy. I can't wait to go hang out at his house for a couple days.
Yeah. Never really hung out with him outside of a moto set. I mean, it's going to be doing moto, but like, it's always been moto shit.
We're going to be hanging around his mom and dad for 2 days. Sick. I love his mom.
If Starling's there, I want to ask him about that one time when we were in Texas and he sprayed himself in the eye with WD-40.
Sounds like a fun time.
Anyway,
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will be back next week with our Budds Creek wrap-up show.
and Travis can talk about his Vet Fest weekend.
Yeah. We are not racing D-Class there.
No, is there even a D-Class available?
No, we're going to race 30 novice.
Okay.
So...
If you had a 2-stroke, you could ride 2-stroke class.
Yeah, I could, although there's probably some really fast 2-stroke guys, so I don't think that's going to go well. But anyway, so, all right. Well, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Yeah, we'll be back next weekend. We'll talk about my riding again. I'm going back to Red Bud again, and with a lot of confidence. And, yeah, I mean, spun a lot of laps this weekend, so, yeah, we'll see how it goes. And, yeah, and like I said, we'll wrap up Budds Creek and just continue on here.
3 more rounds to go.
3 rounds to go. Wow. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you next week.